of the hill to the poorhouse. We ain't gonna be able to drive over there because we ain't got no gas, so we're gonna have to walk it.
Oh, the Reader's Digest says walking is very good for you.
Oh, ain't that lovely? The Reader's Digest can always put a little joy into poverty. Listen, my whole point is this whole thing with the energy and everything. This is all a conspiracy. No, you know that? It's a conspiracy there. Listen, for years, all our lives, they've been telling us to go out and buy stuff that use energy. You know, all electrical stuff. They got electric toasters, electric ovens, electric stove, electric stereo, electric TV, electric race, electric hair blower, electric knives, electric every damn thing. Not to mention the cars. And now, after all the big corporations there make the billions and billions of dollars worth of profits, signals, wham, they're changed. And after telling us for years that we can't live without this junk, now they tell us that we gotta live without it. The country is going straight into the dumper. It's electric every damn thing.
Twitter
Not
user
to mention the car.
Schneider asked, which of you is more like Jesus? Trump, let's start with you.
I love the Bible. I've read the whole book. I love the Bible. Great book. Incredible book. I love Corinthians. I love both of them. I think they're incredible. I love their leather. And I'll say this. I really do. I love it. And I'll say the Book of Job. Incredible book. Incredible book. It's Jobs is in the Bible. Jobs is in the Bible. If our president wasn't reading the Quran, maybe he'd know that. But here's the point. Very important. Very important. Jesus, most boring part of the book. Are you kidding me? He's a very boring guy. They should have chopped him up into pieces. They should have chopped him up. Why did they crucify him? He came back like Voltron. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I would be a way better Jesus. Way better Jesus. Way better Jesus.
All right. I will, based on the audience reaction, points to Mr. Trump on that. Senator Sanders?
Look, I'm not like Jesus at all. There's nothing in common. I'm far older than Jesus ever was. I don't know, maybe he would have run for, Emperor of Rome or something if he'd lived as long as I did. But let me say this. I am not particularly religious. However, I do have a Holy Spirit-like effect on Vermonters and Vermont-like people. Wherever two or more Birkenstocks are gathered, I am in their midst.
All right, points now to Senator Sanders.
Something a burglar would not want to see when he breaks into a house. Rob.
Naked grandma!
Naked, huh?
I don't want to see that either.
I know you're right, okay? Nobody wants to see a naked grandma, but what are the chances of you breaking in the house and running up into your grandmama naked? Looking for a naked grandmama in the house, outside, in the woods, on the blanket.
Oh, you should be coming on pretty soon, dude. How much do you smoke?
This will be a little demonstration of that. Listen up. That was my skull. I'm so wasted.
The city took my job, just a face within the mob, so I had to get away. I was angry at myself, put my own life on the shelf, making pennies every day. Yeah, but I'm through doing time, pushing rocks all through a mine. And if the bad times ain't over for me, I might as well be free. I might as well be free. Spending weekends at the mall, ain't did the best we could. I'm a symptom of the times. Found my face between the lines. When it ever did any good. Yeah! But I'm through doing time. And I've committed no crime. If the bad times ain't over for me, I might as well be free. I might as well be free. Streets. I'm not wandering anymore. I got leather on my heels. I got rubber on my wheels. I got a Magnum 44. Yeah! But I'm through doing time with my ass out on the line. And if the bad times ain't over for me, I might as well be. I might as well be free. Yeah, I might as well be. I might as well be.
Welcome to another exciting episode of the original Red Pill Show. Today is a hump day, a Wednesday, May 6, 2020. The show. For entertainment and educational purposes only, please use at your own risk. This show is copyrighted by me and Freedom
Are you having trouble talking there?
Why do I have to talk? You act like I gotta do a show or something.
Continue.
Take two. This show is copyrighted by me and Freedom Revolution Network, is what I was trying to say. No part of it can be reused, rebroadcasted in any way, shape, or form without either one of us guys' written consent, or we got to kill you. Carried away. Finally, this show is opinionated. The host, especially me, Mel, the co-host, co-owner, when she wants to show up. No, I'm not gonna bust your balls tonight. I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna be a nice person. I'm gonna be a nice human. People that are naughty in the chat room and whatever. Oh, I didn't open up the phone line. I was too busy fucking around with that camera.
Do you just not have your shit together tonight, dude?
I don't have my shit together every night. But I'm trying. Listening. What's Scarlett saying? Listen to this before they delete it. Does she know I'm doing a show?
Yes, I think she does anyway.
Huh. Could have fooled me. I'm trying to wing it through just to get through my info. Hurry up and watch this. Already delete it.
Yeah, it's like 25 minutes long too.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Well, please stand by. There's a special announcement from one of the owners of Freedom Revolution Network. So I got to put the show on hold to listen to this shit. Sorry.
I actually have already downloaded it and I will be uploading it to our servers for safekeeping.
Really? Is it like?
Yes, that is what I can do.
Is it that big of a deal?
Apparently, I haven't had a chance to watch it yet either.
That's my text message.
Text message. Actually, it wasn't.
Right. So the phone is ready.
Just making noise at me.
That's okay. Okay. All right. So the show is opinionated. The host, especially callers, guess whatever, 815-290-0912 are and always will be opinionated under no circumstances whatsoever. I'm sure. Should opinions be taken as advice? You're seeking professional advice. We strongly encourage you to hire a licensed and required person in his or her field, little Tommy. Amen. No. That's his name. Broadcasting live from the wonderful little out of control town of Loveland, Colorado. If you don't wear a mask, you cannot come in. I'll get into that later. How are you doing tonight? How's everybody in the chat room? Do you have your masks on in the chat room? We don't want to go. It's going to be the topic. I should have said masks. Getting pissed. Is everybody wearing their fucking mask in the cat room? What's that? In the chat room.
Chat room.
Whatever. No. Same thing. What's the difference?
Not much.
I barely got. Yeah, have you ever kind of had like a time warp where I swear to God it was like 5 o'clock, so I made a burger, made some hash browns, whatever. So I'm sitting down eating, and the clock says 5:45. I go, you got to be shitting me. I go, where did 45 minutes go?
I've been doing that for like the last 3 days.
Oh my God! I'm like, and then
1 minute.
Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
I just gonna say. Then they had the Air Force or whatever had the fighters fly over like 5 in formation in honor of all the healthcare people that are out there doing what they're doing for the virus that doesn't exist. Yeah, so I had to watch that. It was just a flyby though. It was really cool. But yeah, I sit down and eat my burger, and it's 5:45. I'm like, shit. And then I had to get my computer all configured. And then the camera wasn't working. And I'm like, oh, whatever. But everything's working, right?
Should be. We now have video on the website, too. I got that working again.
Oh, and does it help if people put thumbs up in YouTube, or does that really?
It really doesn't matter a whole lot.
Well,
I mean, it's nice.
Let's pretend it does.
It's supposed to help us with our YouTube algorithms and all that crap, but I really, quite honestly, I could care less what YouTube thinks. So,
dear gatekeepers, what did she send me?
Who?
Scarlett.
It's a 25-minute video that apparently has something at the end with Fauci saying that we are going to have a pandemic at some point or something. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't had a chance to watch it yet myself. Right. Oh, I want some hash browns.
Yeah, I had some.
I love hash browns.
Well, should we say hello to everybody wherever they're, and now you actually worked today or the other day and you finally got the webpage working, or what? What are you doing?
I work every day.
I'm just kidding. I said I wouldn't bust your balls today. I'm kidding.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah. He'll try not to. I'm going there, so let's see. I believe you. I just want to see it. And is that goofy chat room thing still in there or no?
Yes, our old chat is still in there. I'm still working on trying to figure out how to arrange multiple chats in one.
What the hell is D Live Player? What's that? Twitch Player. Oh, that's all the things we're streaming to.
Yeah, I'm using the Twitch player to get our videos live on the website until I figure out a better way.
So we have Clarity After Midnight, Journey into Freedom, Liberty Librarian, The Night Talk, this show, three players, Freak Child Experience, YouTube show history, and host login. So we got what, 4 or 5 shows on here? Is that about right?
We actually, Elle will be starting up like as soon as possible at 9 a.m. Pacific, Monday through Friday.
Cool. And it's going to be about
And
whatever.
hers is Down the Rabbit Hole.
That's right. Down
Yeah,
the rabbit.
hers is Down the Rabbit Hole. And so she's going to be talking about all kinds of interesting things. We also have Tara is going to be starting soon. Andy is going to be starting soon. And I know there's 1 or 2 more.
The Big Tony Show.
I'm on Big Tony to get his show going.
Hey, get in here before we kill you. Hey, good morning. Oh, there's all right there. Are your ears ringing? That's her, isn't it?
That's Elle, yes.
Yeah.
We were just talking about you, Elle.
We were talking about you.
Plugging your show. And you are more than welcome to call in. There's a number right there scrolling across the screen.
I was going to ask her if she was black because I was going to kind of get a
No.
vibe out. Well, I know I can see that.
Yeah.
Redheaded. Well, in this picture she is redhead, white person. I heard. She heard us.
Sort of.
Sort of what?
You'd have to see a different picture of her to really be able to take a wild guess at her nationality.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was hearing something. I just couldn't. I couldn't figure it out. Usually pretty good at that stuff. Just like the first time I heard Scarlett on the phone. I go, "Are you black?" She goes, "Yeah." Yeah. Okay. I kind of figured. All right.
I'm unicorn.
Unicorn? I haven't seen one of them. Oh, unicorn colors. What is that? Is that rainbow colors? What color is it? What color is a unicorn? I never saw one. Where's what's that fucking dog's name? Sherman. Where's Sherman? Got to say hi to him. Got to say hi to everybody. Should we go up and down the screen here? Say hello to Bonnie and Lee and Pam. This is Romper Room. You remember that show? Romper Room?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. I see BJ, Lee, Pamela, Lee again. Who else is in here? Mean Gene.
Laura. Hello, Laura. I see you popped in.
TLO. Is this showing everybody, even the people that are hiding in Facebook?
I happen to have Facebook open.
Bill. Yeah, because for it to pop up, and I know on their Facebook they have to say something, right?
Yeah. There's a Laura. And Tara. Hey, Tara, we were pushing your show too. I cannot remember what it's called though. Tara said she tried to call in and nobody answered.
What?
Check your shit, dude.
Did I say the wrong number? Nobody.
I don't know, but check your shit. Is the number right on the scroller?
It's a 385 number. That's it. There it is.
There it is.
The fuck. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. And who might this be?
Who this be, Mike?
Hi, the unicorn?
Hey. Yeah, you sound really sexy on the phone like this.
She talking to you?
I doubt it.
Good phone voice.
Are you a lesbian?
No. I
Well,
was.
Let's talk. We're gonna get Howard Stern's here. We gotta talk about this. Okay, you'll be the first. You'll be the first. Tell me about the lesbian story.
Well, I have an ex-husband and an ex-wife, so
Really?
I did. Yeah, they passed the law in Oregon, I believe, in 2014, and I was living with my girlfriend at the time, and I don't know why we did it. We really shouldn't. We weren't that compatible. We got married, and we got divorced 2 years later. That's my story.
Oh, God, that's not what I want to hear.
See, lesbians get divorced just like straight people.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And it wasn't my truth. At the time I was really angry at men, to be honest. You won't hear truth like this from most people. This is a really vulnerable share. But I was angry at men. I was also living in Portland where I don't know, men aren't very vital or vibrant up there. They're not the same. It's not the same as the rest of the world. And I'm not the only female that says that too. So I was really bi-curious, especially in my late 20s and early 30s. I was very bi-curious. And I never really, it's like women, the lesbians don't really date. I kind of like try to hang out with them. It's not like they date. They just kind of go, they like meet each other and then they're in a relationship. And that's what happened with me and my ex-wife. And yeah, and it wasn't a compatible relationship at all. And then I healed my wounds around men, and yeah, that's my flavor for sure.
So
I'm over 40 now, so I'm really solid with that.
So what? I don't know how to say this and just say it. So what do you like better?
Well, I like that with men, there's no bullshit. You know, I could just be straight up. I don't like how women play games and withhold. They don't, like they expect you to read their mind or their emotions. So I learned that being in a relationship with a woman. So now I'm in a relationship again with a man. I could just say, hey, I need some extra love right now. Come over here and give me some kisses, right? I don't have to sit there and pout. He's not giving me any kisses. I'll just ask for what I want. And he loves me, so he gives it to me, and I'm happy. So there you go. It wasn't like that. And with a woman, it's a little scary. It's a little oceany.
Okay, so
ocean of emotion.
I have to ask this question. So when you were married to your wife and you guys were going to go out and do something, was a conversation like this, like, okay, what do you want to do? Oh, I don't care, whatever you want to do. Well, I don't care, whatever you want to do. Well, I don't care, whatever you want to do. Was it like that? Because
I know, but that never came with me because I'm very alpha and I can direct, no problem. I can take the lead. And in the beginning, that was no problem with her, but then later on, that became a problem. But she just never talked to me that was a problem.
Uh-huh.
All of a sudden, it was just mistreating me and kind of projecting, a lot of projection.
Mm-hmm.
And I was doing really well in my career at the time, and just dealing with it felt like it started to get pretty toxic. We were getting counseling, and even through the counseling, and I felt like this person was my friend, but I didn't enjoy. I didn't enjoy our bedroom time together. That wasn't pleasant for me. Put it that way. And so that was a big problem. And that's something that you can't fix that, right? Like you have to have good sex with your partner, period.
yeah, no matter what what your choice.
Yeah, no matter the dynamic, it's still got to be good, or it's not going to work out.
Exactly. What about this conversation? What's wrong, sweetheart? Nothing. How about that? Did you ever hear that, Al, or no?
What? I missed it.
I said, have you had this conversation with your ex-wife? What's wrong, honey?
Nothing's wrong. No.
You ever hear that?
Oh, no.
Okay, I just want to know.
He was like the silent.
I did.
everyone. He was like ex-military, right?
Uh-oh.
He would just like be kind of sneaky and be kind of quiet. And, you know, like I knew. And so I'd say, what the hell's your problem? What's up? Talk to me.
What's wrong, bitch?
You know,
Yeah, right. Huh.
Okay, so I have a question.
Uh-oh. Get ready.
I'm ready.
How did your experience of being bisexual or lesbian, whatever you want to call it, how did that have an effect on the work you do? I know what you do.
Good question. Well, that's kind of a twofold question, right?
And I guess we should also preface it with the fact that you do boudoir photography.
Right. Yeah. So I've always loved women. I always, in my heart, I love women. I love everything about them. They're beautiful. The cycles we go through, the creation of life, the nurture of life. I'm quite obsessed with femininity. And so, you know, when you're younger and hornier, I mean, you can get that confused and, you know, maybe want to experiment a little. And so, you know, rubbing boobs and kissing, that's fine. I just wasn't really into a lot of the other stuff. So I learned that in my own way. And I came out of it like, now I can really be a leader for women. And that part doesn't get in the way. It doesn't cloud what I do at all. It's not interruptive. Like, I got it out of my system. I dived into the deep end 100%, like I do with everything else. And there you have it. Now, the other side of it, where it's really helping my work now, was understanding lesbians. So I'm hanging out. Of course, I was married to a lesbian, so all of our friends were lesbians. We lived in Portland, and everybody in Portland's lesbian, or looks lesbian anyway. And we go to baseballs, we go to softball games, we go to Pride, right? And there was one common thing that lesbians had that gay men really didn't. And that was a real common theme was trauma. Growing up with trauma, massive trauma, rape trauma, things like that. Where, if you know what happens when you're a child and you experience trauma, you can have a lot of disassociation. Especially with women, then you don't feel safe in your body. And especially if your abuser was a man, and you can, it could be just a way to protect yourself, right? So it's super edgy to say this, and I know that it would piss a lot of people off, but I'm betting that a lot of lesbians are in their situation because of a trauma response. So it's like really controversial to say that, but
I definitely see what you're talking about that, but there's also the other side of it that it's just kind of fun.
just kind of what?
Fun.
Oh yeah, well, you know, there's the performance side of it, right? Like, oh, this will turn on my boyfriend. He don't really like it, so let's play around. And then I do believe that there are actual real. There's a ton of real lesbians. I couldn't tell you which ones are, you know, real or not. I can just tell you that there's a lot of trauma going on in.
Oh yeah, I definitely, like I said, I definitely agree with that part of it. But I think that there's also at least a handful that aren't trauma related. Because I know that my own personal interest in women, I saw those eyebrows. Oh, I adore you, Tim. That was good. But like, okay, I can go back in time and I can definitely admit my anger towards men back when I was young, and I fully admit it. And I chose to hurt men, and but at the same time, I've always, like, ever since I was very young, always had an attraction to women as well.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But it's more of a fun thing. It's not. It's an extracurricular activity versus like a relationship activity.
Right. Yeah, well, it's good to know that truth, and maybe I should have been a little more real with myself at the time. But I like being in a marriage. I like being in a relationship. I actually succeed better as a career person. I don't like promiscuous. It's just not.
Well, I'm not talking about being promiscuous. I'm just talking about just in general the preference of male over female or female over male or whatever.
It was always interesting, like when I was first coming out as being bi, that I would have like random girls just like jump on me and kiss me, and you would think, wow, that's so cool, right? Like, but it wasn't cool. I was like, whoa, like, talk about wanting to move slow. When it came to be with women, I wanted to move really slow. And what do you do when just one jumps on you and kisses you? It's like,
Wouldn't bother me.
Now, have you ever found, like, with your like totally straight female friends, that because you have that energy about you, I guess is a way to put it, that they tend to do things like they cross small boundaries with you because they know that you're quote unquote okay with it?
Well, back then, I don't think that would happen now. But back, 10 years ago, sure. I didn't have very many boundaries 10 years ago. Now, I'm like a fucking queen. There's a lot of gates to get through sitting here. But you learn, your energy is valuable, who to give it to, who not to give it to. I don't regret any of those experiences. They were lovely, all of them. I got to date some of the most amazing couples, and yeah, I had fun. I had a fun 10 years of just experimenting. I got into the kink world for a while.
Oh yeah, that's a fun place.
I had a little slave who cleaned the house. It was fun.
The kink world can be very fun, and it can actually be very healing too.
Yeah, it can. It was healing. That was healing for me at the time too, to really just kind of own the fact that I'm an alpha female. Not that I really want to do slave play anymore. It was fun when I did it, but it's a little too much work now.
Too much damn energy.
Yeah, believe it or not, I'll just spend the energy to clean my own house. I don't need to get dressed in my leathers and, go around. It's hard work.
So as you're experiencing, and as Tim always says, our show can go pretty much anywhere.
Obviously, apparently.
I have some theories about transgender too. All of this stuff, by the way, Mel knows me. I'm extremely inclusive person. If you want to identify as an alien or a unicorn or a Care Bear, I don't give a fuck.
I'm the weed Care Bear.
I think you can express yourself the way you want to, but what I really encourage people to do is to, no matter how long it takes you to get there, but find your truth. Find your truth. And so I feel the same thing happens with the transgender world. And I really see that there's some programming out there that can confuse people around transgender. And it's been very muddy. It's been very muddy for me to navigate through that. But, it's quite possibly transgenders out there. Think about this. Think about a man in the world. And some of these guys, believe me, can be so desperate, so desperate. And imagine one being so desperate that he's like, I'm a lesbian. Let's do it, right? And it works. Like, turns himself into a female. He gets a girlfriend. Damn. Is that not possible? Like, it's possible, right? You just go to the doctor and say, hey, I'm transgender. This is my truth. So there's no testing for it, is what I'm saying. Like, if there's an actual, and I believe there are probably actual chromosomal differences, it would be good if there was testing, especially if you've got insurances covering some of the reassignment surgery and stuff. And so I stand on, I'm a little bit biased, right? Like, I did witness, when I was in MMA 10 years ago, right? I almost went up against a gal. It was kind of in her corner, actually. And I didn't find out till later that she was trans. But she didn't say anything. And she, one of her first fights, she straight out she just knocked out this other gal. Very little training. But, makes you kind of scratch your head, like, is that really cool that we have transgender with a male who went to female, who's now in female fighting? Like, things that make you go,
That's one of those lines that even I say shouldn't be crossed. There are physical differences between the male and female body when it's born and growing up. And whether they are trans for whatever reason, they still have that. And that there's a reason why men and women are separated in sports.
Yeah. Well, I agree with that. And I also agree with not messing with how God made our bodies, right? Like, we're designed a certain way. And until we're grown up out of the nest, our bodies have matured, then it can be your choice to inject yourself or alter your body or do what you want. But as the principle, right, of that mother energy is, you can, if I had a boy and that boy's like, no, I'm a girl, you can dress like a girl, you could change your name to a girl name. I'm going to honor all that, but I'm not going to take you to the hospital and have them inject you with stuff and change your biology. When you're growing up, you're growing. You're not even.
I don't agree with it when they're growing up, unless they're okay. Like, my old roommate works for, I cannot remember or pronounce the kind of doctor it is, but it's a doctor that works with kids that have hormonal issues. And there are medical cases where, a gender has to be chosen, I guess. And sometimes they screw up. So on that part, I definitely get it. But as far as like just a child that has tendencies towards dressing the opposite sex, whatever, however you want to assign the role. Those kinds of things it's no different than it's a lot different than a tattoo, but you know what I mean. That's a permanent thing. It's a permanent thing is basically what I was getting at.
Yeah, I read about that too. Looking into some, it was a sex education class or something for children. I was looking at that, and it's pretty rare, that a child's born with both. Or usually they have predominantly one more than the other. Like, maybe it's just their clit is kind of like looks like a penis, but they, you know what I mean? And if it was my child, I wouldn't mess with it. I still wouldn't mess with it. I'm not going to give my brand new baby surgery, and that we can figure out later. They can figure it out later. And then the way to educate children on genitals is that they're all different, right? They all look different. None of them, no two are alike. It's like flowers. They're all different. There's nothing wrong with having You know, I mean, maybe what I worry about is like altering them in surgery that maybe would affect their sex life later, right?
Yeah.
So kind of like, that's your body. That's what God gave you. And it's really not my choice to alter it. Obviously, if there's a medical reason, like
Yeah.
to harm them or make them sick or something's infected or whatever, it makes sense. But if it's just normal anatomy, then that's my take on it. But again, you know, we live in a world where everybody's trying to create some plastic look.
Well, yeah, and I've always had a big problem with that part of the whole medical industry is with that, you know, I don't want to call it elective because in some cases it's really not, but yeah, I mean, if it's something, not something that is going to weaken your immune system or make your daily life hard, I in my own head, and I'm not saying I would make this choice for anybody else, but in my own head, it's, yeah, leave it as it is. You know, if it's not life threatening, then why mess with it?
I mean, that's how I see it. It's just a matter of how we educate people so that they have an approach to bodies that's more wholesome and not programmed.
Yeah. Off topic, but Bonnie had asked what kind of martial arts you did.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Muay Thai, and boxing.
Ooh.
She kicked your ass, Tim.
Nice. That's nice.
Yeah, I had 2 knee surgeries, and my neck's a little jacked. So I don't do the jiu-jitsu anymore, but I just started training back with another friend of mine. She's a trainer, and we're doing some boxing again. That I probably miss the most. I really like boxing.
I like it too. It's cool.
So I'm back to doing that after years, and I'm out of shape, but I was surprised how well I retained form and muscle memory. It doesn't like ever leave, I don't think.
No.
You mean, so my old muscle memory may still be buried somewhere under all those fat cells? All that fluffiness?
I really, truly believe in, I believe every woman out there, especially the young women, like start at 10, 11, even earlier. They should all learn jiu-jitsu, all of them, because jiu-jitsu is all about overcoming, it doesn't matter what size you are, right? It's overcoming whatever size opponent you have. It's leverage. So It's perfect for women and children. And it's all off the board. It's like ground fighting.
Right.
There's no striking. So you learn how to slip and snake and push somebody off of you so that you can't get raped. Really, it's like we're either going to fix rape culture or we need to get every woman needs to learn jiu-jitsu today.
Yes.
Maybe that's what I need to look into.
I agree.
Because I'm a wrestler. I like to wrestle.
Then you'd like that. Yeah, that would be for you.
Oh, and you would love jiu-jitsu
Yeah.
because that's all it is with wrestling. And it's the best shape of your life. In fact, my physical, even now, I haven't done anything for 2 years, 3 years. My ability to do things athletically is better now because of that training. It really pushes you.
I wonder if I can find some beginner stuff online. Because I am, by the way, Tim, you'll be proud of me.
Yeah. What?
I have been doing exercises for the last 3 days.
Yay.
Nice.
My tummy hurts.
Oh, you're doing abs? Good for you.
I'm doing abs. I'm doing
Good.
butt. I'm doing thighs. I'm doing the whole friggin' body.
Uh-oh.
You know, motivate me because yesterday I'm trying to perfect making homemade chocolate chip cookies from scratch. then
Cookies.
today, my abs basically ate all the cookies for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So I didn't have to cook. I'm not usually that bad, but I'm going to accept them today.
Hey, sometimes we just need it.
I can tell you, I'm getting better at making chocolate chip cookies from scratch. Quarantine, you know.
It's hard to do. I mean, it's not hard, but it's monotonous and tedious until you get used to it. And my mom used to make them all the time. I used to help her when I was a kid.
Aww.
Yeah, I learned to cook by watching my mom.
Where'd you grow up?
In Illinois.
Where's that?
Illinois.
Oh, Illinois.
Mhm.
Cut out. Okay. You have a big family?
No, just one sister, my mom and dad.
Oh, okay.
But my grandma had 13 kids. So
How many?
13.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Ow.
So when we went to Kansas and had family crap and reunions, it was just people everywhere. And then my grandma cooked for everybody. So yeah, it was pretty cool.
Can you imagine? Like after your 7th kid, you're like, you must be so easy. Right?
No, I can't imagine that.
Yeah,
I don't want to imagine that. It hurts to think about.
I can't even. Yeah. No.
Oh no. I did do insurance for somebody here in Vegas. When I first came and was writing health insurance plans. It was a family that had 13 children, and they were hers. And she was like young in her 40s, but yep, one set of twins, I think, and then just boom, like every year, or every other year for 20 years, 13 kids.
I can't, I just cannot do it. No.
Their insurance premium was like twice our house payment.
Oh God, I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
And how do you keep track of that many?
I don't know.
You
I know
don't.
it'd be like ACD, ESP, number of 1 through 13. Hey, 13, get in here, watch this.
Wow.
I'm impressed. Some of the people in the chat room have done martial arts. See that?
Yeah.
That's cool.
And honestly, it does not surprise me at all that Bonnie has. Doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Did you ever
Free range kids, more like barbecue kids. Because that many kids, I'd be killing some.
Hey, Al, are you on a phone, Al?
Yeah.
Can you get
into
it a little bit better?
Is that better?
Thank you.
You want to get on your laptop and join the video?
Oh, no.
You need to train yourself on that anyway.
I think I'm going to go and we're going to load a bowl and jump in the pool, I think. So
Oh yeah, you're in Vegas. What's the weather there like?
hot. It's already hot.
Yeah, it's a
already
frickin'
been
desert.
like 100 degrees.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, did you call in to talk about something specific, or were your ears were ringing,
It
or?
was just a good time. I was just sitting around and I saw you guys on and I was like, hey, call in. So,
Good time as any.
call in, talk cool lesbian stuff, transgender stuff.
Yeah. I prefer the lesbian
Keep it
stuff.
interesting.
Transgender loses me, but I came up with my own theory on that, which I shared with Mel a few months ago.
Yep.
So it's hard to figure out. But Mean Gene saying the same thing. I think it's a reincarnation thing, and they come back as the opposite sex, and they're not the opposite sex. So it messes with their mind, body, and soul, and they're just confused.
You know, the Navajos pointed that out, that some people, they call it like two hearts or two souls. I think they might call it two souls.
Mm-hmm.
But they believe that some people were born like that. And how there was never any judgment. There was never any category. They just, if you were a good hunter, you hunted. Didn't matter
Right.
if you were female, you were a good hunter, you hunted. If you were a good gardener, you gardened. If you were, if you were a gay guy and you wanted to like sew clothes and you were good at it, so be it. There was never anything weird about it, right? But they'd also didn't abuse one another, and
Right. Outcast them.
Yeah.
Yeah, they accepted
And when
them.
there's yeah. So anyway.
No, it's just a confusing thing because the only thing that I mean, I can't look at a guy. I know a good looking, attractive guy, but that's as far as it goes. I'm not attracted to him. I don't want to do anything with him. So I don't get that part. And the transgender thing, I don't have a problem with people being gay or bisexual, but the transgender thing's like, I couldn't understand it until I thought about it to try to understand it, and the whole reincarnation thing, which I believe in. And it goes back to Ruth Montgomery books from years ago that I read. I think she brought this up except that book was so old that it was just about being gay, not a transgender, but it's the same difference. I mean, you're confused being a transgender. I don't think you're confused if you like the opposite or the same sex being gay. I don't think you're really confused because you know it. But
that's where, but the transgender thing, the whole transgender thing has been pretty hot topic, right?
Yeah.
It's super iconic now, and it's like it's been trending for a while.
Yeah.
And some of the disparities that I see is like these. I'll have to find the news article, so I can't tell you exactly where it was at. It was here in the U.S., and I do have the news article I can refer to. A horrific pedophile, right, decided, oh, hey, he's the wrong sex. He's actually female. So, hey.
But that has nothing to do with children.
Let's get out of jail because, oh, he's a female, so he was confused about his sexuality. That's bullshit. Gender and sexuality, now you're mixing those two up. You're muddying the waters. No. And this is where this is the problem of it. Like gender and sex, right? So that's confusing. That's very confusing.
Right.
What? Now all of a sudden you can go to jail as a pedophile, and then you can say that it's because you were a transgender. You can come
because
and get out.
no, that ain't gonna work. Not with me.
No, the genuine LGBT community does not promote pedophilia at all.
God, I hope not.
No, that's the freaking weirdos on the outside of it, trying to join their cause and make themselves a part of it.
So weirdos calling people weirdos, right? I'm kidding.
Hey, I admit I'm a weirdo.
Good joke. Well, I am too. I'm proud of it.
Mm-hmm.
So better laugh about it because you're gonna go crazy if you don't.
Yeah. I just think it's better that I've let my freak flag fly. I don't keep anything hidden, and then I don't feel any shame about anything either. So
there you go. No regrets.
Completely real and out here. And
Yeah, but dogs hump everything, Bonnie. So I don't know how you can call a dog gay because she said my friend had a dog I could swear was gay. They go around humping everything anyway. So I mean, especially your leg or your foot. It's like, get the fuck off of me, man.
So what do you call it when they hump other species?
Exactly. Just something that humps everything. That's all it is.
Because both my cat and my dog try to hump each other, so.
You got to get that on video. That would. I had a friend back in Illinois. He had a bulldog, and you know those Kongs that you buy for dogs.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, there was this huge one that he bought for his bulldog, and I think it even had a handle on it. Kind of looked like a hippity hop. Remember a hippity hop when you were a kid? Yeah, kind of looked like that. And he would go up to that thing every time and just start humping it with a bulldog face, like.
Oh,
I was fucking dying, and he would not let me put it on Facebook. Like, come on, Will, please. He goes, no, you're not gonna put that. I go, oh my god, that's funnier than shit. I was almost pissing my pants when I was watching it. It was so fucking funny. What's wrong with him? It's like, it's like right in front of everybody. It's like, okay, I got my entertainment for the night.
Oh, the tongs. That's really specific too.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what it was with him, but. So do you go back and forth? I mean, is this? I'm confused. I want to get into this a little bit more. So can you turn your sexuality, desires, I guess I would say, on or off, depending if it's male or female, or how does it work, or is it? I mean,
No, I've probably done about 30 boudoir shoots.
You what?
Since November, I think. I think in all that time, I did one male boudoir, and he was gay, but I was like really hot under the collar with that one. I was like, you know, he was gay, but he was just
He was a hottie.
so hot, and he let me like paint his body gold, and he was like, get in here, and I'm painting him gold, and I was just like, wow, like he left, I'm like, wow, look at the pictures, like, wow. But yeah, all these other gorgeous women in here, and I'll pose them, you know, I'm helping them pose, helping them like stick their butts out just right, because you got to get it's women, right? They're super picky about angles, and you got to make their ass look perfect. So I'm here like holding my camera over my shoulder and helping them like give them just the perfect wedgie, right?
Right.
So your butt and thighs look perfect, and I am like all business when I'm doing it. It's not even distracting at all. But occasionally I meet, you know, a woman who might do it for me, but it's, you know, it's not the same. And I have a partnership now that I'm obsessed with, so like he has all of my sexual attention, and it's just the way it is right now. It's not
Yeah,
that
they're such
I
an
can
awesome
turn it
couple,
on or
too.
off. What's that?
I said y'all are an awesome couple.
Oh, thank you.
Huh.
Yeah, he's definitely we're compatible in like all the ways.
So let me ask you this, and I'm not wishing any bad will on you. If he broke your heart, God forbid, would you consider then going back to women, or
No,
no?
I wouldn't.
Because that doesn't work. You know, I mean, I would love to hate women for the rest of my life and try to have a relationship with the guy, but number one, I know that's not realistic, and people are going to be people regardless of their gender. I mean, pretty much everybody's an asshole. It doesn't matter if they have a penis or vagina, because most people can't handle emotional relationship feelings anyway. We're all fucked up, and we're all mostly 99.9% codependent. So I don't think switching teams is really going to do you any good, except maybe quite possibly fuck you up even more, or not.
I did a lot of work after that. I did a lot of work
On-
myself.
On yourself?
Yeah,
So-
after that relationship, I went on retreats. I did some meditation.
Oh, that's great.
Things and stuff. I worked. I was done with self-sabotaging patterns, and I wanted to really rewrite that for myself. So I got up the courage to do some of the harder work, right, to kind of do it faster and not drag it out. I would say that was like my 2017, 2018, and so I met Sal. We didn't bond the codependent way, and in fact, I really liked him and was feeling super electric when we were dating. We both talked about it. We weren't going to have sex right away. And then I even came to the table and disclosed, because he's kind of coming from a place where, you know, he had just had a couple of long-term relationships, and he's not a promiscuous male or a male who, you know, has had a lot of sexual partners. And I was like, hey, so maybe I should tell you a little bit about my past, because it's kind of wild. And I fully expected him to kind of freak out and not want to date me anymore. I had that before, but I at that point I was like, well, take it or leave it. I'm going to honor myself, and I don't want to pretend or perform that I'm somebody that I'm not, and want him to know who I am, and then he can make the choice.
All right, get in the
And,
phone. Get in the phone better, because I got to hear the answer to this, because I still have a hard time hearing you. So how long did it take for you guys to have sex after you were a couple, when you agreed that you were going to lay off on that? How long did you guys last not doing it?
We almost lasted a month.
Whoa.
Yeah, and we dated pretty regularly. Like, we only dated each other, and he was picking me up and taking me out on dates, like, probably every other day for 3 weeks. So, and we were talking every day, and he was texting me right back. So, ladies, if you're listening to this and he's not texting me right back, bye-bye. If he likes you, he's gonna text you back. Period. So, yeah, it was. And then finally, when we did have sex, it was like we were having sex all the time. We'd have sex, and we'd be done having sex, and then we'd have sex again.
Yeah. Stop it. Stop it. It's been
like,
stop this.
I've never had anything like that.
Yeah, stop.
Ever.
Stop it. It's been 8 months. Stop it. I don't want to talk.
You're bitching about 8 months. You're seriously bitching about 8 months.
Yeah, and I thought I wanted to talk about this, and now I'm hearing her talk, and I don't want to talk about it. Like, God damn it. No, when you were saying we agreed not to have sex, I thought you said you reached under the table, and then I was waiting for you to say.
And grabbed it.
Man, you grabbed something, and I'm like, oh, this is going to get good.
No.
So, damn it.
I
You ruined a story.
Oh, come on. I wanted to tell you more about all the good juicy first year of dating. So.
Okay.
I tell you, I probably didn't talk enough about it when it was happening, because I was like waiting for the shoe to drop the whole time. I was like, God, I'm so used to guys pulling dick moves that I was like,
Yeah.
And I kept testing him, man. I tested the shit out of this guy.
Really?
Oh, Sal he was constantly being challenged, and he never shook once, ever. I've never seen a guy in such integrity. He kept stepping up to the plate. He'd be scared, step up to the plate, all the time, and then he'd be done, whatever it was I challenged him with, and he would thank me, like, oh, thank you. Like, he's just very open to my influence, and that's a gift. That's what I want to.
So you were.
Communicate to women out there. Find the one who's open to influence.
So you were teasing him and testing him sexually?
Well, we made out a lot.
No, I know, but were you trying to tempt him to see if, like, that's all he wants is to have sex and then he's going to leave?
No, it wasn't
Or
that kind of test. No.
Oh, damn. Oh, damn.
That kind of testing. No, I didn't like play games. They were.
Okay.
I was always like straight up to him about what I'm doing.
Huh.
But yeah, like, I mean, one of those challenges was, buying a house together too. That was like a big thing that we did.
Oh, wow.
When we moved in together. And he's somebody who's like rented a room. He had a roommate. He wasn't planning on buying a house. It wasn't on his to-do list.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
He didn't have a big savings account for a down payment. And I came to him and I said, hey, we want to move in together. Like, obviously this is working out, and I didn't want to rent a home. And I said, that rents go up, you can't do anything to the house.
Right.
And he, so he said, okay, yeah, let's look into it. And 60 days later, he just boom, 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 boom. He went through all the steps. He ended up getting a grant from Nevada to help with the down payment. So it worked out just because he just stepped up to the plate, he said, okay. And anyway, he's here now playing with his new bow and arrow.
Ooh, cool.
He got into archery in quarantine. He's like, I'm going to get into archery.
Archery's a blast. I did it back in Illinois. It was so much fun.
I'm afraid the string's going to slap my arm, and I just hate that.
No, it's all in the form. It's all in your form. You'll figure it out. If you did martial arts, you'd figure that out in 2 seconds.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. Well, it was nice talking to you guys. Thanks for having me on.
Sure.
Glad you called in.
So I'm going to go start dinner now.
And jump in the pool?
Yep, and jump in the pool.
That's what Scarlett did. What are you making for dinner?
I don't know yet. Maybe barbecue some burgers, probably.
That's what I did.
Beans and rice.
Yeah.
Barbecue burger, beans and rice.
I need to come out there and visit you soon.
Yeah, well, wait till after it's not hot, because now it's going to be hot.
Well, that ain't
Oh,
till
shoot. That doesn't bother me.
September, October,
Yeah.
probably November.
Well, usually it doesn't get 100 till June, but if it's already at 100,
Yeah, it's going to be a hot one.
Oh, this summer's going to be crazy hot.
Yeah. Good luck with that. Okay. All right. Well, thank you for sharing. I really appreciate it. I mean, where else you can hear this kind of crap, right, Mo?
Right.
Yeah, I'm like, fine with me.
All right, you guys, take care.
All right,
Talk
you
to
too.
later.
Thanks, all.
All right, bye.
Bye. Wow, I learned some things tonight. Noah. And you. And what? This chat room stuff, every woman has a little bit of lesbian in them? Really?
Yeah, I believe that as well.
Really?
Yeah. And I think all men have a little bit of a gauging in them as well.
No, not this guy. I swear to God. Nope.
But it's a matter of how much they recognize it, how much there is, and whether or not they act on it.
I've been asked and accused if I've been gay, and I'm like, no. Like, especially when I do my voice.
Okay, you appreciate the beauty of another man.
I'll look at a guy and it's like, that's a good looking guy. I mean, I just know, but you know, as far as doing anything other than that and acknowledging that that's an attractive person, you know,
Right.
beauty's beauty. It doesn't really matter.
Exactly.
Yeah, but not into sticking my tongue down his throat or playing.
Well, okay, but
Never, right?
whenever I'm talking about the quote unquote gauging or whatever you want to call it, it's more just about the attraction, not a true attraction, appreciation, I guess would be a better way to put it. And appreciation is like that very small sliver, whereas ramming your tongue down his throat would be the opposite end of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you can't appreciate beauty in another human being without at least some kind of asexual component.
Yeah. I kind of get that. I'm just like, I don't know. Appreciation. Did you say that? Because it's more of a appreciation thing. Yeah. I think,
it's more of an appreciation.
Yeah. That's more. That I get. That I get. You know, if there's a good looking guy, he's handsome, good shape, you know, whatever. Yeah, it's like, yeah. You know,
And I mean, and if you think about it on the level of when you are looking, like if you're looking at a woman and you find her attractive, that attraction or quote unquote appreciation comes from a basal point of view, a basal instinct of procreation.
Oh, so it's like a subliminal thing you're saying.
Right. It has nothing to do with actual sexual attraction.
It's how we procreate, because without that we wouldn't be
right. If you couldn't
yeah,
if you couldn't become attracted to somebody or appreciate something about them, then you would not be able to procreate with said person, even though you can't procreate with the same sex. We all know that, but it's just an instinct. It's not something defined.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was a babble.
No, that's okay. I don't really care. I'm looking at what Mean Gene's saying too. I like this. I like this one right here. Let me share it. Who's they? Men are you talking about? Is this men bashing men? Where'd Scarlett go, by the way?
I don't know. She just friggin' disappeared. My assumption is the kids got home from Chuck E. Cheese.
Every time she gets around food, she fucking leaves. Until they start the emotional roller coaster, then I'm out. She's got to be talking about guys.
You got to have a dad around to do that, Mean Gene.
What?
She said dads play a big role in how women see men. That can't be overstated enough. Hey, there's Scarlett. But what about, if there's no dad around, we see mom as the authority figure and the strong one.
Yeah, no dad around or two daddies around or God forbid, whatever. I mean, that's why I kind of have, I love kids, and as much as I would love a woman that would have kids, I'm just worried about fucking the kids up because they're like, well, is this my dad now? But he's not my dad, but is he going to be my dad? And it's like, are you going to be around? The poor kid's mind's got to go nuts.
Well, that's why you have to separate your relationships. Okay, so I have my own kids. I've dated men with kids, and those relationships are separate. And I always call David I still call him my stepson. And I told him when he was 17 years old that regardless of what happened between his dad and me, I would always be there for him.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been like almost 15 years now.
Huh.
And his dad and I haven't been together in many years. And I'm still part of his life. You make that choice in your relationship with said kids.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I dated, let's see. I think I dated one woman that had like a 13-year-old daughter, and I don't think anybody. I dated another. Her son did not like me at all, and to be honest with you, is the big reason why I stopped dating her, because he did not like me at all. He just didn't. I could just read his mind. He's like, "Oh, you're not going to be my dad," so he just didn't like me.
Oh yeah, if you don't get along with the kids, there ain't no point in trying.
Yeah, and I'm like, there's no way a mom's gonna. I'm just speaking what I would think would happen. There's no way that a mom's gonna pick a guy over their own kid. Although I'm sure some have, which I just can't comprehend. Or that's not gonna work. I wouldn't pick a woman over my kids, and I wouldn't expect a woman to pick me over their kids. So that's just not gonna work.
No.
Yeah. But her kids were almost as old as me. Huh. I know TLO had some good dating stories one time. Is he my dad? Because, let's see, how would that work? Because he's almost my age. It's like, fuck. That'd be so fucking weird. Was it Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure? Where
yes.
Bill
yes, Missy.
Yeah, Missy. Yeah. Okay, Mom. And it's he's the fucking same age as his mother. Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's like
she graduated like 2 years prior to him or something.
Yeah, a couple of years of his senior or something. But yeah, I'm like, oh my God, that'd be so fucking weird. Your mom's hot. Like, shut up, Ted. It's my mom.
Makes me think of that song, Stacy's Mom.
Stacy's Mom. I love that song. It's a great song. How do you do it?
Because I absolutely love Bill and Ted. And anybody who knows me Tim is learning. I tend to watch a lot of really random weirdness, and I thrive on it.
I love that movie. Hold on a second. Any night, actually.
Huh?
I said I can't spell tonight.
Oh, okay.
What, Taiwanese you call it?
Yeah, Taiwanese.
Yeah, here, you ready? You ready for this?
Ready?
See
yeah. I'm waiting.
Hang on. It's too much stuff. Shit.
Curiosity's killing the cat.
Okay, you ready?
Satisfaction gonna bring it back?
God, listen to the 80s shit in this.
Wow.
It's your mom, dude.
How's it going, guys?
Bad. You're destined to flunk most egregiously tomorrow.
I'm destined to end up at Oates Military Academy.
And then we will never start our band.
Good. Good.
What are you guys studying anyway?
History.
Mr. Ryan?
Uh-huh.
Tell him how I.
Why don't you guys take a dinner break?
Thanks, Dad.
I love that movie.
Here, hang on, this is the best part.
Now
Right?
your dad's going for it in your own room. It's cute though. Shut up, Ted. Remember when I asked you to the prom? Shut up, Ted.
Oh
Brought
my
you guys some-
God. I can't believe I found that. That is fuck so funny. Oh, wow.
Wow, Bonnie.
What?
I would love to hear the story behind that one sometime.
What is she talking about?
My second fiance was 20 years older than her. He was Muslim, really nice guy, and very wealthy.
Yeah, that would be a good story. Oh, man.
I did date one guy that was like 15 years older than, 15 years younger than me.
Cradle robber? Really?
Yeah.
I've never, let's see. Yeah, no, I've never dated anybody that's been 5 years younger or older than me. I've been right around my age. Huh.
I agree, Bonnie.
What?
I like younger men.
Really?
Yeah.
And are we going to share why?
Because I'm men my age tend not to have very open minds. You're a very rare exception.
Nice recovery. I'm offended. That's it. I'm putting my glasses on.
Yeah, no, you are a very rare exception. And most men in their 40s to 50s just kind of piss me off.
Yeah, you should, Mean Gene. You might get pounded pretty hard for a while. You might like it.
It is definitely fun.
There you go. See? Yeah, you should. Why not? Who gives a fuck? You know, I just hate the judgmental call. If people are happy, who fucking cares? Shut up.
I was more worried about other people looking at us than he was.
Oh, really?
We were going through a grocery store line one time, and the lady, you could tell she was kind of perturbed about the whole scene. And he totally just planted a big old kiss on me in front of her. And I about died. The look on her face was priceless.
Yeah, I hate the judgmental stuff because I don't necessarily look at a couple and judge them right away by looking at them or age or looks or this or that. I mean, if they're fucking happy, they're happy. That's all. Black, white, short, tall, fat, skin. I don't fucking care. It's like, oh, well, you shouldn't be dating because, well, who the fuck are you to say I shouldn't be doing anything? It's none of your goddamn business.
Exactly.
So shut up.
If you don't, okay, so when I was 18 and I introduced my grandma to who would eventually be my first husband.
Yeah.
And of course, one of the first things I did after, we all went our separate ways was called her and asked her what she thought of him.
Uh-huh.
And her response has stuck with me all these years.
Which was?
I don't have to wake up with him, so why does it matter?
Whoa.
Yeah. And it's not that she didn't like him. It was her driving that point home that nobody else's opinion matters as long as you are happy.
Right.
Silence!
Oops.
Well, fine. I thought it was kind of cool.
No. I was trying to cue this up to Bonnie. I was gonna say her ex-boyfriend's on the phone. Do it.
I kill you! Silence!
It fucking kills me. All right, I gotta be careful. I don't want to upset him. Just joking. Just joking. What's Scarlett saying now? Duck, gray. What? Talking about
Duck, gray, duck. Huh?
Huh?
Gray. What the fuck is that?
Dating
What?
younger creeps me out at this age. How old is Scarlett?
I want to say 30s.
30s? Is that true?
I can't remember. That's not one of those important things to me.
No, I'm saying that because what's younger? I want to know her.
Well, yeah.
Younger. Because it's relative to being in your third. I would say I've never seen her in person. 34, maybe? 33?
Ha, I'm correct. She's in her 30s.
Yeah.
I got there for a while back when I was still dating.
Yeah.
I could not seem to meet any men that were over like 32.
Over 32? Where were you hanging out? Chuck E. Cheese's or something?
No, Colorado Springs.
Really?
It was people that I just met online and decided to go meet in person, you know?
Yeah, well, that's way better than fucking online dating. Oh my God. I'll never do that as long as I live. And for some reason, I'm still on some of them, and I'm not paying for them, but people still contact me. I'm like, I'm not dealing with it anymore.
Oh, I'm over I quit the whole dating thing about 10 years ago.
Yeah, but I'm saying I'd rather much, and I don't like friends set me up with somebody, although my wife through my sister, my ex-wife through my sister, you know, but I just can't get into the online dating crap. Ugh, if you insist. So it means you're going to date a younger guy? Are you going to do it? I'll get one as a toy.
Well, that's the whole point.
That's what a
They're
vibe
fun
is.
toys.
You got to get your sex robot so you can just do what you got to do and throw it in the fucking closet. Both of you.
I actually, an ex of mine may be coming back out.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. What is Scarlett saying? Everybody's the chat room's going so fast I can't follow it. Wow.
What?
Yeah, I don't know if it is Bonnie. I don't know what she's. Scarlett's commenting on something. Bonnie.
Oh, geez. Being. Well, I can tell you, okay, because I was in my 20s in the 90s. And it was a completely different world.
Yeah.
Completely different world.
I don't know why I don't know why people are so hung up. But why does it freak you out, Mean Gene, that you'll date? I mean, what's younger? More than 10 years, 15 years? I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like if Scarlett's 34, 10, that'd be 22.
Well, it's all kind of relative. I mean,
would be 19 years old. So I get that. But quite honestly, and this is going to sound really weird, but being 56, I would date somebody that's 20 years younger than me because it's 36.
yeah.
I don't have a fucking problem.
The way that I kind of drew my line was if I could have given birth to them.
Yeah, there's that theory.
That's where my line is kind of drawn.
Yeah, that's where I use the 18 mark because I mean,
Yeah.
fuck, I could be your fucking dad. And
Exactly, and that just kind of creeps me out.
yeah,
That does creep me out.
I get that. Well, see, Mean Gene says she has a son at 21, so
Well, yeah,
so that would
and
make her. She's 40, 41, I bet.
right now, like I'm 49. I think the lowest I would go would probably be like 35.
Yeah, that's fine. I personally don't have a problem with that. I mean, it's none of my goddamn business, but I don't. For me, I mean,
Well, for me, it would be like doing one of my kids, and that's just not okay.
oh, but here's my theory, and I got yelled at us. I yelled about this all the time when I was married. I go, okay, so if I date a younger woman, and if they're half my age, then I got to date two of them because that would be my age. And like, oh my God, did I hear about?
I used to say the same thing. Yeah, I'll just take two.
Yeah, so I'd have to date two 28-year-olds, which would be kind of fun actually. But I quite honestly would not want to do that. I really wouldn't.
Well, no. I mean, my daughter's she's 26, so I don't. Dating somebody that would be 25, like two 25-year-olds, I couldn't do that.
Yeah, well,
It's just a mental, for me, that's where my mental stop is.
I couldn't either. 30, let's say, what did I say? Yeah, 35, 36, 38, 40, fine. You know, I would not have a problem with that for me. I wouldn't at all. I mean, fuck, 20s, really? I mean,
yeah, there's no way I could date a 20, even close to 30, low 30s. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it.
Yeah. No.
That's pushing into that territory where, because I do think about the whole, okay.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we have a caller.
Uh-oh. Is this a
Shut up now.
It's complaints. You're the complaint department, right? There we go. Hello.
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 I recognize that voice.
Uh-oh. Who is it? Scarlett?
There you go.
Uh-oh. Yeah, so what's younger to you now? How old are you?
Okay, so I'm 32.
Oh, that's close. Okay.
Yeah. So you guys are close. So I mean, I'm 32. So yeah, younger to me is, anybody younger than me. And that's hard for me. I don't think I could. I never liked dating younger because just the mindsets of people younger than me were very different.
I think
it was hard to be able to, have common interests and things.
I don't see. Go ahead, Mo. Go ahead.
I think there's a certain point where that switch kind of flips. Once you get past a certain age, that switch kind of flips. Because I used to be that way too.
Because, even if I'm 40 and then I date like a 25-year-old or something, at least that 25-year-old got to learn some things by then, and it does kind of, hopefully they've gotten to that point. But just for the generations now, you can't always guarantee that thing is going to click,
I had friends that would ask me, what's wrong with guys and they don't want to marry me or this, and they were like around in their 20s, mid-20s. And I said, this is what I'm going to tell you. And no one's going to tell you this. I'm just going to tell you. Good luck getting a guy to settle down under the age of 30. Because it's pretty hard to find.
don't know. I've been with my dude for 10 years.
I'm not saying I'm not saying everybody.
I had all three of my marriages before I was 30.
Yeah, and I got married at 24. I'm not saying everybody, but I'm saying if a guy is playing cat and mouse with a woman.
Oh yeah,
that's
they do. I don't think most men mature before age 30. Really.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm not saying all men. I mean, the ones that.
But I would say a good majority.
Yeah, the ones that want to do what they want to do and fuck around until they're 30, and it's like, well, I'm 30 now. I guess I'll settle down. And I think that's pretty accurate for guys that are playing games with women.
I think you're right.
Yeah, that's just my observation, and
Yeah.
my being a guy, I would know something about that, but not doing it because, like I said, I got married at 24, so that's pretty young.
And Jean's right. She's like, I look for men like her dad, and her dad was a badass, worked hard, no bullshit, and it's hard to find that under 35 to 40, and that is true because it's a whole different, generation that had different values. It became a lot more loose and a lot more the generation of younger people that most resent, that happened after like my years of growing up. So anybody younger than me, so 32 and younger, that started happening, that conditioning, the indoctrination started to be really powerful. So I could see why it's an issue. Not saying that there aren't some last bastions of hope, but for the most part in general, it's just not the same atmosphere it was.
No, definitely not.
So you like an old? How old's your husband?
He's like 18 months older than
All
I
right,
am.
so you're real close to each other then.
Yeah.
So if you got divorced, God forbid, and blah 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 blah,
Right.
what type of age guy would you look for? If you're
Older than me, for sure.
Okay, now,
Probably, yeah, older.
define
Yeah.
older.
Older would be anything older than my age. Up into, are you trying to like get me to put a cap on it?
I'm just curious because I wanted to know what younger is. So now we're on the other side.
Oh,
of it.
so now
What's
we're on the
older?
other spectrum.
Yeah.
I would say 50 or younger.
50 or younger.
I wouldn't like put myself in like a category, but I would say that I don't think I'd feel comfortable older than 50 in my opinion. It's getting too close to my parents.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah,
I
that's
can get that.
the other line for
That's
me.
like screwing your kid, and now you're fucking your dad. So I can.
Yeah,
I
no.
can get
Yeah,
that.
see, so I like to keep that nice middle ground, right?
Yeah.
Where you can still have some,
Yeah.
leeway room. Yeah, so that's how I would say. I would say that for sure. And I don't think I could go much younger than me. I don't think I could go like younger than 25 even.
No,
That's even pushing it.
no way. There's no fucking way.
Yeah.
Not especially being a guy.
Yeah. Yeah, you see what I mean? So I that's just kind of my opinion. Now other people might say, oh yeah, 18 doesn't bother me. It's fine. We can connect. But just me personally, I always had such an issue looking back on some of the relationships I had, that some of the guys were kind of predatory when I was really young, that I won't return the cycle. I won't do it. So I would rather just stay away from that. Now, other people who find love, good for them. I'm glad they can do that. But for me personally, not my bag.
Interesting. Okay.
What?
What?
TLO, look, TLO said he's screwed. I don't think he is. I just think that, you have a man bud. Well, I mean, does that disqualify you for life? Does man bun mean you're disqualified? Are we cancel culturing man buns? What's going on?
Well, you're looking at one person's opinion too. I mean,
Well, yeah, no, but I'm just saying, like, I just want him to like not feel so like out there alone, singled out. I just don't feel like man buns
I
are
don't.
canceled as a whole group.
no,
You know?
Yeah, it's
Especially if you have nice curly hair. Nice curly hair is different than like thick straight man bun. Curly hair man bun is kind of a thing because if you want to keep your hair curly, you got to keep some length to it, right? I'm just saying.
if it's even curly, but yeah.
I think TLO has curly hair because he has ethnicity. So
Yeah, that's what he said. So
yeah, so I'm pretty sure he has curly hair. I mean, it's not like I've really seen his hair. I mean, he's been on with us, but I don't like sit and look at his hair.
So I have to ask you this: did I do my female black lady voice pretty close? I think you said I did. Did I?
Yeah, so he does. I mean, yeah, you do pretty good.
Pretty
I'll give
good.
you that.
I mean, I know I'm
Pretty good.
not black, but
Yeah. But you're pretty good. I'll
pretty
give you
close.
that.
Pretty close to shock you, or
I mean,
what do I got to work on?
are we doing like a class now?
Well, yeah, because I don't know. In case you didn't see, I'm not black. So, and my mom wasn't black, but I've been around plenty of black people, especially pissed off ones, women. Like, oh my god, get me out of here.
I could say pissed off black women drawn to you. That's
Wow, is that a compliment or an insult? I don't know what that
I
is.
don't know. I think it kind of is a compliment in a way that you get to see that crazy, but at the same time, is it a compliment because
I
you
don't
saw
know.
the crazy?
You know, it's funny you say that because I've been blatantly hit on by black women, and they're just so like,
Yeah.
out there. And I'm like, oh, and my son too. He goes, "Yeah, Dad, it happens to me too." And I'm like, "What the fuck is it?" I had one. I was dressed up for a business meeting when I had my company, and she's like, "You look fine today," and I'm like, "Whoa."
Yeah,
tell
I
me
could
what-
actually see that. I could actually see that you'd be actually being a real magnet and draw.
Yeah. I'm like, "Well, gee, thank you," but I'm like, it's really not the
Huh?
right time to be saying I'm in one of my customers' freaking buildings for a meeting, and you're, it's like, I mean, just blatantly. Wow. Okay.
See, look at you
Yeah, I know.
out there just pulling.
I'm just minding my own business. She wasn't black, but she was Latina or something here at Safeway, and I walked in, and
Right.
she had to have some black in her because the way she's talking. But she's like, that's what I'm talking about. And I'm like, fuck. And she's with her guy. And I'm like, and the guy just looks down, and I'm like, I felt bad because I'm like, don't do that in front of your own man. That's
Yeah,
rude.
That's a little
Asshole.
extra for me. I don't know if I would do that, but that's a little extra.
Yeah, and she said, I'm going to take you home. And I'm just looking at this guy, and I'm like, okay, I don't think it's her brother. So the way he was
Yes,
acting,
man. Yeah, right.
yeah, I mean, he just really felt they must have been fighting or something, because that's not even a good reason to rationalize that type of behavior with your boyfriend or husband or whatever. You just don't.
That's just disrespectful.
He could have
Yeah.
been a friend. I don't know. You never know.
It could
I
have
guess.
been. It could have been, but I didn't know what the situation was, and I could
Yeah,
just
I mean, it wasn't clear. That's
yeah.
for sure.
And I'm like,
to
I'm
be
not.
like, oh, hey,
I'm not getting in the
I
middle.
reciprocate that. Like, I don't know.
Oh, really? You've been with the black chick, TLO? You got to tell me about that. I keep hearing if you do that, you don't go back.
Go back.
Is that true, Scarlett? Is that how you got your man?
Olive. I'm just saying, he hadn't before, and he ain't left yet. So that's all I'm saying. I'll leave it at that.
I really like how black women move, man. I mean, I don't know what it is about that, but
You got swag, Gil. Just saying. True.
I got to hear that. I got to hear this story from TLO. 40 years. I've never been with. Well, I was married forever, so. But I never
Yeah, see, you were off the market for a while, so
Quite a
you got to
while.
think about, how long you've been on the market, how many people have you come encountered with,
Yeah.
See, so you're at a small percentage, so.
Well, I'll be honest now. If a beautiful black woman came up to me and hit on me, I don't think I could say no. I'm
Well,
trying.
good.
Well,
I'm
look
glad
at
you
you.
opened up your horizons.
I'm
for
trying
that.
to
It
see.
may happen.
Like, get out of here! You're gonna kill me. You're gonna take
Yeah,
me.
see, you never know.
Take me home and suck my brains out and fuck the shit out of me, and I'll like it.
I'm pretty sure you would anyway.
Yeah, yeah. Well, but the black and maybe Asians too. Now, in other words, it's my turn to talk now about my sexuality, but yeah, I think that would do it. Or a really hot like Colombian Latina type of thing, that would probably do it too. I'm thinking about it.
Deep thoughts with Tim.
Yeah, just what everybody wants to know. Oh my God, is it 11 yet?
He's still at work.
Oh God, look, he always gets so depressed.
Why?
Kilo, we should have FRN, like a dating show, like Love Connection
Dun,
or
dun, dun,
something.
dun, dun, dun. Here we go.
Yeah.
Find it on fucking
And it would be
YouTube.
we got to get Tilo like the dating game, and then have Tilo be a contestant, or like have him be like the person who like picks the chick, right?
Right.
We need to make that happen.
Right. Here we go.
I do have programming for a dating website.
No, thank you.
Yeah, see, we could totally make this happen. I feel like we could do
It's
it,
not
like dating game
Grammarly
style.
can
Like,
help. This
Why
sentence
wouldn't it work?
is grammatically correct.
Quiet. Here we go. Ready? You know what this is?
That's the dating game.
Here we go. Call in, TLO. Let's go.
Bachelorette number 1.
Da 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 da. God, this was on when I was a kid. Holy fuck.
I used to love that show.
Carnival Cruise, because that's all we can afford to book.
Yeah, and it's free. You've just won a free cruise. Thank you.
So has TLO learned to use headphones at work yet? Or did work get to hear that earlier up part of the episode?
What happened?
I was wondering if TLO was wearing headphones earlier, or if he was listening with it like playing loud.
Yeah,
at
just
work.
fuck her up to 11, and I'll start saying I want to fuck black chicks and Asians and all that kind of stuff. And I'm sure work will liven up a little bit there.
Right. Yeah, that'll
Give y'all something to talk about. If not,
Wow.
where that's the best. That's not like HR ready to talk to you.
Attention, TLO slept with a black woman at the age of 40. That is all. How do you like that? What? Say what? What'd you say? Oh, I was 5.
Seems like
Go ahead.
he said it would be an awful episode. No, it would be a great episode because why wouldn't you want to pick the chicks? Like, you know how when you were like, you get to ask Bachelorette number 1 questions and Bachelorette number 2 questions and Bachelorette number 3, and then you get to pick. How would that be terrible?
and y'all can go on an internet date.
No, well, we would try to find people here in Minneapolis.
Yeah, and then what's the date? Like we talked about last time, Scarlett. What's the date? Wearing your masks
Yeah,
and 6
true.
feet
What
shit
is the
away.
date? You're right.
Fuck that shit.
I mean, I didn't even think about it that far, but
Well, I'd like to tell you look beautiful, but I can't see your fucking face.
There's a meme going around.
You can go out to eat anywhere. You could maybe go to a park and have a picnic and social distance and take food out from somewhere.
Then you'll get arrested by the cops.
No, you can social distance. You bring your own blankets and you can sit 6 foot apart.
How are they going to know you're not already haven't been together for 20 years?
That's what I mean. You
Yeah,
see what I mean?
I
You just bring a blanket, you bring some food, you go sit down, you know. That's at least, and that always used to be good quality stuff. Go walk around the lake,
Yeah.
you know, stuff like that. Like, you know, you could still do those type of dates, you know.
I've never understood things like movie dates and stuff like that, where they go, or bars, because you can't talk. You can't get to know each other in those situations.
No.
Right. Yeah. When you're at a restaurant, you're really got to focus on like eating your food or finishing it, and then figuring out what you're going to do with it afterwards. If you end up having leftovers, or don't you want to have leftovers, or, you know, it's a lot of stress in there. And then you got to leave, and then that's it. And you really didn't get to talk or converse. You really had to deal with the hustle and bustle around you.
Yeah.
You know, it's true.
The cheap.
So I mean, you know, I think bringing dating to a, you know, I hate to say it, but like, you know, an old school level of, you know, courting, you know, it's gonna make people have to talk. Love letters might come back, you guys. Love letters might come back. What about that? Like the old, you know, way of romancing, because you can't necessarily, you know, maybe some guys will stand outside a chick's house with a boombox or something. You know? Like, I'm just saying, I think that there could be ways that they could innovate the situation, you know, and still make things work meaningfully.
Yeah.
Without like totally losing the essence of dating. But it is hard, you know.
Well, I mean, one thing about the whole social distancing and dating thing is if you do like video calls and things like that, watch the same movie at the same time and video chat while you're watching it. You know, when you do things like that, you are doing that old courting, that conversing, that connecting. And so I kind of think it's a good thing.
Yeah, you can, you know, there are things to do. And then once you get to know that person after a few weeks and you both decide that it's worth, risking over. Now
Right.
it makes you really think, do you want to meet this goddamn guy or chick? You know what I mean? Like before you're like, yeah, do I? But now it brings another level. Like, if I meet this chick, I could die. So is it worth it? So I feel like it cuts a lot of the BS from that regard out, because at that point you're really going to want to meet that person. Like, the connection's strong enough where you feel that the potential to meet is there. So I don't think that's a bad idea either.
No, I agree.
So, TLO says he only gets matched with chicks from Russia.
Yeah, I saw that.
He said he's looking for Svetlana, ends up with Olga.
Yeah, that's good.
That
is
was a good one.
That is scary, though.
Yeah, I mean, but I get it. And I get, a lot of these apps, a lot of people don't meet that great quality of people. But you got to think about it, too. Now, more so than ever, potentially the dating pool has increased because all these people are at home also thinking about, well, what the hell am I going to do? I'm never going to have anybody. So now they're on there, too. So, I mean, that alone is a good thing, too, where people may have never considered online dating before.
Mm-hmm.
They now consider online dating. So that the pool might have increased and gotten better instead of just the scraggly people who have been on the internet. Because look, I'm at my there's some scraggly ass people on the internet.
Wouldn't those be scrubs?
Bottom feeder daters. Okay, they're bottom feeder daters. That's what they are. They just kind of slink around in the underbelly of the internet on these little dating sites, kind of see what they can get. Okay, I've been doing the same shit since 2005. Okay,
Wouldn't those be scrubs, Alicia?
The what?
Wouldn't those be scrubs? The bottom of the barrel.
I mean, maybe.
I'm like talking like 90s lingo here.
People. I just feel like, you could call them scrubs. You could call them sleaze balls, slide balls. You could call them, whatever. But I feel like they've been there, right, throughout all these years. And, people that we talk about with shit dates and the terrible catfishing and, but hopefully, like I said, since so many more people are getting injected now back into that, hopefully those people get drowned out, because I've been there, met those people, did that, went on the date, was not happy. So hopefully that's changed. That's all we can hope for.
I ain't doing it. I had enough of online dating. It fucking sucks.
You gotta make good decisions.
Apparently, I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, you've got to make good decisions.
That's why.
And you've got to use good places too, because I didn't trust any of like the Plenty of Fish or Match.com or any shit like that. I was a real big, you had to be super sleuth. And honestly, you got to get almost too weird about it. You got to be damn near halfway doxing these people to date them on the internet. It sucks.
Yeah, I have a Thunder shirt on.
So I get it, but I don't know how that's going to change now when nobody's going anywhere. You can't go to a bar. You can't really go anywhere to meet anybody. How do you meet quality people? Well, they'll be are there going to be more old school matchmaking services coming back? Where you got to take a coronavirus test before you can even match? How's that going to work?
I have no idea.
See, I quit dating about 10 years ago.
Friendship and people. That's what I'm regardless of even intimate relationships, even just new friendships. How do you get any new friends if people are all weird and freaked out about even hanging out with their own families? You know what I mean?
You don't.
Yeah, it's really bad for society as a whole.
You start a show on this network and start picking up chicks. That's what you do.
I mean, you can do that.
You can do that and play the dating game.
Oh, Tim's got a following of women who think he's hot.
Let's get some chicks, and then let's put Tim on the first episode of the dating show.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
we can put out calls for volunteers to be on it, to go on a go on a date with Tim and go on a date with Tiello.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what would the date be? Damn it. That's, you know.
Well, we got to figure that part out.
Picnic date.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, your first date, you don't want to say, well, let's go to your place or my place, but really.
No, picnic date though.
No, I know.
at a public park.
But I'm
or,
saying, besides that, what do you really do? Honestly.
You go to karaoke night on FRN.
Yeah, I mean, you video chat, you FaceTime. You'd have
There's all kinds
it
of
would have
things.
to be more getting to know people to then the level that you would feel comfortable going over to their house. That's what dating is going to evolve to. Like that's going to be the golden ticket is once you get to like go to that person's house.
Speaking
Like that's just how I see it working out. Is like they're gonna let you in, and you're gonna be a part of the circle in the world once you get to go to the house.
Speaking of this, ironically, I just got a message. Someone likes my pic I put up that I smiled. They I like your picture so much better. You look much better when you smile. So I'm picking up chicks on Facebook. Whatever.
True love with Tim Method.
With who? With
You
what?
just gotta smile more, so you're,
I
show
guess
people that
so.
you're friendly. Stop being so standoffish. Stop being such angry white man.
Oh,
Quit.
coming from an angry black woman. Okay.
That's how I can give you advice.
If you don't take your shit out, I'm gonna kick your ass, your wife.
Something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Put it together.
I'm going to let you two have this one out because this is going to be, I need some popcorn.
Oh no, I don't want to go up against Scarlett.
She'll get some popcorn.
I know her game, so she can win. I know how it would exactly go, and she would win. So I'm not even.
I mean, that's not always how it goes, but I appreciate people with confidence.
Oh no, I pick my battles, and that's when I could not win. So why even fight it?
Yeah, I mean that's smart though.
Well, it took a long time to figure that out. That's why Dwayne cracks me up. So it's like, oh my god.
Oh yeah, he just does not. He does not know when to stop.
He doesn't get it. Shut up.
No. He's hard-headed.
Yeah, he's young. Hopefully
He'll
he'll
get
figure
it
it out.
eventually, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
But see, that's also the issue with the young crowd. Like they sometimes don't get it, and that's no offense. It's just I wouldn't have gotten it then either. It's just it's just something you don't get. Like when your parents tell you you're too little to do something, and when you get older, you realize you really were too little.
Exactly.
And
Right.
you get over it. It's not anything offensive. It's not anything meant to hurt your feelings.
It just is.
That's the way it is.
Oh, there you go.
It just is.
There you go.
Yeah, just like when you get old and then your body starts falling apart and you're like, well, shit. Okay, all right. You just is. You don't get a choice.
What the hell's Bonnie saying? What's sitting? That's got to be Taiwanese.
Huh?
What is sitting? She says, go sitting, watch movies, cook together, go look at some place you've always wanted to go and never took the time. But I don't know what sitting is. She's talking about dates, I guess.
Yeah, what do you do for dates?
Right.
And some places are opening back up their restaurants and stuff.
Ours are.
Yeah. So, I mean, eventually you'd be able to go back to a restaurant.
When?
I mean,
When?
But at the same time, too, it might be more intimate. I just thought of more places. Have you ever been to the Melting Pot?
Yes. Fun.
Okay, you know how they have those little booths in the back?
Yes.
I figured they could do more restaurants like that.
Just
if
shove
they
you in a
wanted to,
corner
like-
and yeah.
Yeah, they have like just little private booths that you can only fit, a few intimate people back there. And you just cook your food and, or they could bring it out to you. But just that type of like privacy, you felt exclusive and VIP when you were there, but now they could make that more for dining in general.
It's a good idea.
I mean, it's got to be like that.
Just
yeah.
shove
I
you in
would
the
actually.
corner.
That would be
Go ahead.
awesome.
Yeah, I think it'd be great. You might be onto something. Just
I might go to restaurants more often if it was like that.
Yeah, no shit. Just
Yeah, like honestly, like just like little VIP booths, like melting pot, like you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it sucks that you get shoved in a corner and all that, but then you also get your privacy too, and you can have, you know, little exclusive shindigs. And I just thought, like, well, if they're gonna like reduce capacity, and you can't all be in there anyway, and they really don't want you around anybody, why not build something like that where you could feel more exclusive, feel like you're, you know, with your party, and I don't know. That was just my thought.
You know what I just thought about? Do y'all remember the Magic Time Machine restaurants?
no.
No. They had, okay, I went there for, I want to say like 8th grade graduation or something. But okay, and y'all are gonna laugh because yes, they nailed it with the table that we got. They put us in the nut house. It was a giant acorn.
Oh my god.
So yes, I got put in the nut house.
I knew it.
But it was cool because it's like they had different little themed tables. And like the acorn was one of their bigger ones, and it was, you know, a big circle table. And but we were all, our party was enclosed in that acorn. And that would be kind of fun. Do just different themes where each table is contained in its own little theme.
Yeah, that would be fun. Yeah, see, there's different, and you could just make little cubicle rooms or put up curtains or something. There's got to be some way, you know. But to act like these businesses are supposed to just reduce capacity when they know how many people it takes to make their quotas, I think is ignorant. You know, it's only going to hurt the bottom line.
Bonnie just read my mind. I was going to say the Rabbit Hole restaurant, and she fucking just said it.
Yeah, I do not remember. I honestly do not remember. You know, it was one of those things where they just happened to see us in that one.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, the Tea Party Mad Hatter table.
Oh, that would have been, yeah, that would have been my place, man.
Fuck yeah,
Yeah,
man.
Cheshire Cat. So
There you go.
Oh, speaking of Wonderland.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so I ended up giving my free RV to my son because it's laid out better for him. It's not a layout that I really liked. So I gave that one to him. And I got the new Wonderland bus.
Which is?
And it is an 1980 Dodge sports something. But it's a Class C, and it's got a full-size bed in the bed that's over the cab.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually got a full-size one instead of a small one. And it's got like this wraparound couch in the living area.
Uh-huh.
And it's really freaking cool. And I feel really, really comfortable in it.
Is it a sportsman van? Is that right or no?
That may be. I know it's
like
this
truck with like a F-350 like chassis.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like the old Winnebago style that were drivable with the cabs and the, you know, over the headbed and all that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Excuse me. Well, good for you. That was very nice.
Yeah, it's a 1980 Dodge Sportsman.
Yeah, sportsman. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a Class C.
It's got a nice little kitchen area going on. They utilize space good in there.
They really did. They utilized it really well. And even though it's like probably 2/3 of the size of the one that we got for free, they utilized the space better, and it's roomier for Buddy Dog to be able to move around in the new one than it was in the big one.
You got to make sure the dog's comfortable.
Yeah, we're going to build
kind of a big dog.
Oh, is
so
he?
You kind of do.
He's a pit bull.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good size.
Yeah, he's a pit bull.
Hmm.
And we've got to build a ramp so that he can get up to the top bed.
Yeah, we were talking about that. Me and Mel were talking about. I was like, what about a ramp?
Yeah.
Like that would help. I was like, that'd be a good idea.
Yeah.
It's a nice thing, you know. Now, all we have to do is wait for all this COVID crap to clear up, and then me and Mel can go on our tour for our Girls Off Grid show.
Yeah,
So
we have actually been talking about this like since what, December, maybe even November.
A while.
We want to do a Girls Off Grid show where we go to different 420 friendly destinations
Oh, great.
and and be predominantly off grid.
Yeah, and like show like, you know, survival elements and other stuff.
Yeah.
Like how you could go have like a good vacation on a budget, or you know, all these things.
Are you going to do a show, or is it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna do a show. We're gonna like,
Yeah,
we're
we're-
gonna record it, like video it. Yeah.
One of the first ones that we're planning is to go to the hot springs up the mountain from me and actually like do videos while we're in the hot springs.
Yeah, I like find interesting things and talk to people, and, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Sounds cool.
yeah, it's gonna be fun.
When's this happening?
Hopefully this summer.
It's opening up. Yeah,
Yeah.
like we wanted to do it like this summer, like because.
And now I got the RV to do it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now.
And I remember Scarlett, I said my goal was to have my RV by June.
Yeah. So I mean, we made it. So I mean, so now it's just about going, because I think
Yeah.
it'd be fun. I think people would want to, you know, enjoy seeing where we went and what we would go do and things
And
that
we would
do as
teach
well.
off-grid skills.
Yeah, traveling. Like, and now people are gonna have to travel in a different way. So I mean, maybe we'll go document that.
Yeah.
Off grid.
You know what?
Go ahead.
Yeah, what travel looks like now. You know. Go ahead.
I'm just going to say off grid skills 420.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Dude, 420 people are some of the most creative people you will ever meet.
I don't doubt it.
Real.
If you're not high all the time, yeah. I mean,
We have to
Yeah.
figure out ways to
Creativity,
make
man.
things.
For your mind, man.
that'll be the best part of the show. Y'all smoking pot, fucking figuring shit out. That would be great.
Oh, we will kick some
Exactly.
ass.
We'll
Love
play, like,
to hear that.
because we'll like
We will
we'll
kick some
have a
ass.
free session, and we'll like talk about what we're gonna go do for the day, and then we'll go do it, and then and then we'll talk about the weed we smoke and the dispensaries and highlight them and give them some business. It'll be great.
Yep.
I can't wait.
Hopefully, eventually, we'd get sponsored.
Yeah.
to your show. It'll just-
I'm sure we can get some good dispensaries to sponsor us.
Yeah, right. I was thinking. That's what I was thinking.
And destinations for that
Right.
matter.
Yeah, and just make it fun and friendly and show how you can be responsible, but also have a good time. Answer your experience, you know. Good thing.
And the thing is I mean, I'm a medical smoker, and it is proof that people with disabilities handling their medication the right way, whatever medication is best for them, can enable you to do things like go camping off grid and go do all these cool things.
Yeah, like I take Kratom like every day. So like for my chronic illnesses, like that's important to me too. Like without that, I can't go do all these cool fun things. But we can go show people what it's like to, you know, still have these issues, but go out, have a good time, find things to do, and, you know, show the magic of it all. But traveling and having a good time.
What happened to Wandering American?
You know, I have not heard from her in quite a while.
She'd be a great one to bring with. That'd be great. I don't know what girls trip, who's all going, but that would be
Yeah,
interesting.
but that's what I mean. Girls Off Grid, and we can
But
go
that's-
see other people too.
Yeah,
Like,
we can go see
Yeah,
other women who are in the show,
There you go.
who follow the show.
and we can go
and-
visit you too. Like we go visit.
Okay, Pam had a good suggestion.
Like, you know.
Pam had a good suggestion there. Go to Burning Man.
Burning Man would be fun as shit.
Hell yeah. Oh, y'all would see
They're gonna have virtual Burning Man.
Y'all, if we got to go to that in person, y'all would see a completely different side of Mel.
Oh,
I'm just
I wasn't
saying.
ready for all that, but
Those old stories would, if I went to Burning Man, those old stories would become present stories.
yeah, the Black Rock Desert is not forgiving either. Like the playa does not play. So, yeah, that would be fun though. I know a lot of people who go. I would have a very good time. We have our own event up here in Minnesota that they do. That is a sanctioned Burning Man event called That Thing at the Cabin. But I don't think they're going to do it this year because, you know, coronavirus. But that's always cool too. So it's like after Burning Man, then we have That Thing at the Cabin, like in the fall. And it's
We need to just create our own.
festivals like that.
We need to just get our land and create our own.
We do.
Start planning it.
Y'all, I am actively looking for land. So if you know of something that's got like 5+ acres and it's for sale and they're willing to work with me, send them to me.
There you go.
Yeah, because I mean, it'd be cool to have our own festival and have people come out, have people who play music, you know, even have some live art or something. You know, just do cool things. I think we should do something really cool and just have like, you know, an expression, you know, festival and just whatever goes and just, you know, doing things.
That'd be great.
Festival culture was getting really big. Things like Electric Forest and Burning Man and, like I said, That Thing at the Cabin and just all of these places that you could go. That's kind of like gotten changed now. Like even up here, like Soundset or like Harmony Park or like just all these festivals that like all my friends go to and things. But like now that festival culture has been stolen and it's shit. And what are people doing with all their like party drugs? Like where's like the acid man didn't go away, so like what's happening? Like
They're just doing it at home now.
I guess, but like how does that work? So I'm just like, are there underground raves? Where are they at? Am I too old to be invited? Like I need to know what's happening. I got to get my finger on the pulse of the scene, but I got to figure out what's going on because there's got to be something going on. I can't imagine that millions of people across America just stopped hardcore partying for the last 2 months.
No, absolutely not.
No.
Right?
No.
Like, you know, I'm really having a hard time with it. I'm having a hard time with just even thinking about local, like, barflies and things, you know, people who are always stuck in the bar. Like, how are they coping? Like, I'm surprised we haven't heard more stories of, like, drunks roaming the streets and, you know, that's at home. Like, whoa, like, this is bigger mind control than anything else if that's really the case, and that's what's happening.
I think so. Don't even get me started because I had a guy jump on me and wouldn't even let me go into Safeway because I didn't have a fucking mask on. And all I was doing was returning a movie to Redbox. And then I went to Sam's Club to see what their policy was because it keeps changing on a daily basis. And I actually sat down with the manager of the store and I said, I'm going to turn in my Sam's card. This is bullshit. I don't feel comfortable with a mask or without a mask. So I'm just going to find some other place to shop. And I talked to him for like a half an hour and he goes, Tim, give me your cell phone. And then when we lift the mask requirements, then I'll call you and hopefully you'll come back here and shop. Because I ain't wearing a fucking mask. I'm sorry. I'm not going to do it.
No, that's crazy.
Yep.
They've already said, like, you're going to keep in your own, like, virus shedding reactions and then potentially, like, sicken your own self. You know, I sent you that video earlier.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, Dr. Judy Mikovits talks about that, like, how wearing a mask makes you sick. And she's a virologist.
There you go. Yeah, I
who
don't.
works with Dr. Fauci. So, I mean, she's in high esteem and regard. Now, they're going to try to play her off like a Wakefield or somebody
Yep,
else, but
right.
this ain't that.
Yes.
So, you know, and it's sad because people should have the choice. Medical freedom
Mhm.
should always be a choice. Nobody should say, especially, you know, when cloth face coverings are less than 5% effective, nobody should be told you must do this to conduct commerce. Period.
You know
Are
what
they
it-
providing my masks? Are they purchasing? If
Nope.
a store wants you to wear a mask, they should give you said face covering if that's the case.
And they did.
Yeah.
In Sam's defense, they did. They gave me one. They were passing them out. And I put it on and I went right to the manager's office and I said, can we talk? Can I have a moment of your time? Can we talk in private? Because I'm not an asshole. I don't want to make a
Right,
big
you're not
deal
trying to
out
start
of it.
a spectacle,
No, and I
but
told him that.
people
yeah.
do need to know though that if you make these choices, we as consumers are no longer tolerating these actions. And I think that's the only way to really get across the companies, because a lot of companies have buckled and changed their policies by people complaining.
Well,
you
I
know?
did. I'm like that. I don't feel comfortable with or without a mask because I've never been discriminated against, but when I went to South Korea to see my son in the military,
Right.
I experienced discrimination because they don't South Korea doesn't want us over there. They really don't.
Right.
And I felt that, and I was getting the bad looks. And I go to my son. I go, "What's wrong with them?" I go, "Well, they don't want us here. They don't like Americans. Not all South Koreans, but quite a few."
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And I've never felt discrimination at any level until then. And now this mask bullshit kind of reminds me of that, because if I'm not wearing it, you're going to start giving me shit because you don't agree with this color of my skin or whatever, or if I'm a different ethnic background, which would be color of your skin. But my point is that I'm not conforming to your judgment. So therefore you're discriminating against me, whether I wear the mask or I don't wear the mask. But if I don't wear the mask, you're really giving me shit and you're calling me out. And I don't think that's right. I don't think somebody should do that to you because you're not wearing a mask. You shouldn't be treated like you got a scarlet letter, an S on your chest. It's inappropriate.
Okay, so I gotta say something here.
Okay.
I'm not sure how to say this in a very good way, so it may come out kind of fucked up.
You're ready. Plug your ears.
Yeah.
I have prefaced it. Okay, the things that you were just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Insert the color of my skin instead of mask.
Yeah.
And this is okay. I'm going to say those horrible words, and everybody's going to take it wrong.
Uh-oh.
But white privilege showed in your statement, because that is something that Black people deal with on a daily frickin' basis.
That's my whole point. That's why I brought it up.
Okay, well then I was trying to
Yeah, but the statement itself
voice it very directly.
Is a statement of, if you really want to go to brass tacks, it'd be a statement of privilege.
Yeah, it is totally the way that it was put about the mask.
Because I'm already Black, so that shit don't count for me. So, like, you see what I mean? Like, the fact you can even say that is a statement of privilege is where she was going with that.
Right.
Say what?
Yeah. That wearing a mask is equal to, like, insert skin color. Like, I don't get the privilege of saying that.
Why not?
Right.
Because I'm already Black, so I don't get a feeling of having something feel the same as my skin color, because I already feel that, already live that, but you don't live that. That's
Right.
why
It's basically what it's saying.
it can't be a comparative to me because I already lived that.
But
You get
that-
what I'm
Well,
saying?
okay,
I'm usually
let me try explaining it a different way.
what she was trying to bring up.
Let me try explaining it a different way. Okay? you don't feel comfortable because people attack you because you're not wearing a mask, right?
No, nobody's done it yet, but I'm
Well, okay, but that's what you were saying. Is
I don't
that,
feel comfortable. That's what I said.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, because people look at you like you're a bad person
I'm
for
a
not
fucking
wearing
asshole,
said
right.
mask.
Oh, if you even cough in the store now, you might as well just throw the baby out with the bathwater. I mean, for real. Cough in the store.
Yeah.
Cough in the store.
Yeah.
Anybody's like, and everybody looks around at you like you freaking, like I said, throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Yeah. But okay, so you don't feel comfortable not wearing a mask because you know people are judging you based on the fact that you are not wearing said mask.
Yes.
A black person can't put a mask on and make that go away.
Yeah.
And you are experiencing the same thing that a black person experiences on a daily fucking basis.
Yeah, that's why I started the story
And that's-
with
look,
South Korea, because
right.
I felt discrimination because I was white in
Right.
South Korea. That's why I started it with that.
I was just saying, all I was saying, I wasn't like disagreeing with you or anything like that. I was just saying that the way that you said it is a statement of white privilege.
I don't understand that. I so I can say that because I'm white and a black person can't.
It's showing your white privilege. It is showing that you are now experiencing something that a black person experiences every day.
I know, and that's why I brought it up.
I was applauding you for it.
Doesn't sound like it's me.
I'm just white people have a tendency not to.
That makes sense.
White people have a tendency not to understand how other people feel and what they experience on a daily basis until something like this happens to them.
Yeah, and again, that's why
Yeah.
I brought it up from the very beginning of going to
I
South
know.
Korea.
I just
doing
needed to
that.
voice my own friggin' opinion.
That's fine, but I don't get the privilege thing. So I mean, I don't give a flying fuck what color you are.
It's a very, I'll have to try to help you with that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm not doing a very good job of it, Scarlett.
Yeah, I don't think that way. But if that's how other people,
Well, I know you don't think that way, and you're not a racist, so you
It's
don't.
a whole line of way people think, and
Yeah.
people will try to call you out and make you self-crit over that.
Mhm.
So it's a whole big thing. All she was just trying to say was that was a moment of solidarity, but the statement of itself is a statement of privilege. It's not anything bad against you. It's not saying you're
No.
anything bad. It just shows that you've got to.
We know, Tam, we know you are not a racist.
I'm putting
okay?
glasses on, a woman hater, and a white supremacist. So here,
Oh my goodness.
here we go. Now I'm getting labeled even more.
Oh my goodness. No, I just said you're not.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
You go ahead.
You can kick my ass later. How's that sound?
Big head. Okay.
Kidding.
I have a camper now. I can come find you.
Because we went over there, and now too with this whole mask thing, it's like you're a whole new class of people. Like you go into a store. Now, last weekend at the hardware store, half of the people were wearing masks, half the people weren't. But you've got aisles that are only 18 inches wide. And how are you supposed to social distance in a store like that?
You can't.
And then you got the one-way arrows.
Right.
So then you can
It's
only
so
go a certain way.
Yeah.
And then you want them to stay so far back in each aisle. And then they got that plastic crap up.
The one-way arrows that nobody freaking follows.
Well, and it's like, dude, they're not even cleaning this plastic crap that they have you in between, and they're putting their hand underneath that somehow is saving them. If I have the coronavirus and cough, it's not going to come around that little, piece of plastic you have sitting in front of us. And I just don't understand it all. It's the first time I've really been in a store in a while, and I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
I don't either.
I didn't like it at all. It was very uncomfortable. But like I said, at least half of the people were not wearing masks.
Mm-hmm.
Half of the people were. So I felt like at least the people were like, all right. But then like half of the workers, right? I happened to be at a Ace Hardware store, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And half of the workers had their masks halfway down. And didn't even have them on their face appropriately. So how is that supposed to help?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think that if we're going to be told that we have to wear masks, number one, we should have been taught the appropriate places and times to use them, the appropriate type to use,
Yes.
not just, oh, now wear masks, oh, don't wear masks, because not teaching people how to use them is going to be the biggest detriment.
Right.
Just people get people sick.
That's right.
You harm people because they're just not, they don't get what they're supposed to be doing. They don't get why, infectious disease protocol would cause for using a mask and in what circumstances you should use a mask.
Right.
Because in most circumstances, if you're a healthy person, if you're not immunocompromised, you don't need the mask.
No.
Okay? You're just poisoning yourself otherwise. So we've got to be conscious of that, but people don't want to hear about it. That's been the biggest issue of it all. Because now everybody acts like if you don't wear a mask, you're insensitive, you don't care about others,
Right.
you're a selfish human being. It's really, really upsetting, to be honest, because you don't know my personal reason for wearing a mask. And I shouldn't have to get like a t-shirt made that says, I don't wear a mask because I have chronic health issues. I don't think it should have to go that far. Why should what my health is be everybody's business? Because before coronavirus, nobody gave two shits about my chronic health issues.
Nope.
Or we're trying to keep me safe, or we're trying to help me save a life, stay home, do all this other crap. No one gave two shits before, and we were all on our own. Now we're supposed to care about everybody else's crap without being taught how to do so. That's crazy. Even if we were taught how, it's still not my responsibility to make sure that the next guy is healthy. That's it. It's only my responsibility to make sure me and my family is healthy and try to heal myself and my family. And it's not up to everybody else to try to keep me healthy. Period.
I have actually tried to wear a mask, and because it's going to become a thing where we have to here eventually. So I figured I'm going to go ahead and try. Well, I'm not going to risk a freaking $1,000 ticket,
Hell no, that's ridiculous. I wouldn't.
Well, it is ridiculous, but I decided I would try, and I have tried making my mask in different positions, different forms, and I literally cannot wear them.
How did that little sewing machine work? Did that work out?
I haven't tried it yet, but regardless, I cannot wear a mask. Every time I wear one, I have it on for about 10 minutes or so, walking around the store, and I start getting vertigo because that having that below my eyes, it throws my equilibrium off.
Right.
And I almost fall over and I almost pass out, and it throws me into a panic attack.
Yep, and that happens to a lot of people with these masks. Now
I literally can't do it.
That are like level 3 surgical grade masks that just are one step below N95. Those are okay, and I can breathe in those, but those give you a lot more space and room to where you don't feel suffocated.
Yeah, no.
Unlike a cloth mask or any other mask that I've worn, like N95 or, and then I've got super sealing like N95 that I'm not busting out until like.
I even tried, where did Tim go? Tim went away. Are you there, Scarlett? Oh, I think they both lost. I think they just totally dropped me and left me here. Give me just a second to find out what is going on. Oh, there he is. There they are. What happened?
Face covering.
What
the hell is he going to do?
I
They gonna try
accidentally. Go ahead, Scarlett. I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say, what is he going to do? I'm just concerned for that. They can't get him to wear one. He can't wear one appropriately because of his cognitive abilities. What are they going to do?
Right.
force him to wear a face covering and then potentially suffocate him because he doesn't know any better? Like, absolutely not.
Right.
So they're going to have big issues with me. Or, you know, you can't even purchase any other masks anymore that aren't cloth masks. You know, you can find cheap paper surgical masks from China, but it's like, if that's the case, I can order my own in a pallet from China.
Right.
But that's all they're giving us now. So it's like, you're giving us the absolute placebo effect. I'd be better off wearing even a bandana around
Mm-hmm.
than that. Or a buff around my mouth or something. You know, those exercising buffs you put in your hair or, you know, around your neck if you're a guy, I guess, you know.
Hey, Tim.
But
Yes.
I did want to shut up, Bella. I did want to both thank you and applaud you for the fact that you were just straight up about why you won't wear a mask. You know,
My little rant on Facebook.
well, no, what you were just saying about when you were at the store and told him, you know, that you weren't going to wear one, and
Okay.
that was that, you know.
Yep.
I've seen a big push going around of people saying that just to tell the stores that, you know, you can't wear one because of your health, or, you know, because it makes you go into a panic attack, basically using the disability clause to not wear a mask is in protest. And I tried to explain to these people, when they do that, when they use that quote unquote disability excuse, they're, number one, they're not saying anything to protest. Number two, they are hurting those people like me who truly can't wear one, whether we want to or not. I can't wear one. It makes me freak out, you know?
Yeah.
So it hurts people like me, just like people who fake pain to get opioids. That hurts those people who really need them.
yeah,
And they're not doing
telling my
anything.
mom she can't wear one either because the OPD people can't wear them either.
Right.
No, dude.
But they're not doing anything in protest. They're not stating that they're not going to wear one for protest reasons. All they're doing is sliding in under a loophole.
Right.
Yeah. Which, I mean, technically, the ADA, you're not even allowed to ask what your medical condition is.
No, and that's why they use it.
Right. And I get that because, hell, you could even say medical freedom. You know what I
But
mean?
if you are going to not wear one as a protest, then vote with your freaking dollars and don't go to that store until they don't require a mask. Don't slide in on a loophole.
Yep.
And still continue to give them your dollars.
Right.
Okay, I got to say this. People on the right do not know how to frickin' protest, man.
I had no problem doing it.
But they're stubborn too, though. Americans have gotten stubborn and in their ways about where they shop. Some people, it's only a necessity. You can only shop at a few places. Like, for instance, like for Red, okay? Let's say Red doesn't want to abide by, you know, the one-way rules at Walmart and this and that. Okay, well, boom, that's one of the only choices of stores. Let's say Dollar General, she doesn't like their mask policy.
Well, and that is a choice that you have to make.
She has to shop. And
But don't.
that's it.
All
So
I'm
you know what
saying.
So not for everybody is the option there, because otherwise you can't just not eat. You
Well, no.
Not buy food.
But at the same time, if you are going to sit there and protest it, and you're not going to wear a mask out of protest,
No.
then be honest about it.
People should have a choice either way.
But they should be honest about it.
For it either.
All I'm saying is be honest about your protest. Don't slide in and use the store under a loophole.
Well, yeah, that's true. I mean, I get where you're going with that. And to some degree, I think that people at this time, especially if you have that feeling, should try to get more groups of people together to complain. You know, groups of people are going to make the largest impact. You know, if they keep hearing from people, in groups, how much they spent, you know, how much they frequented, you know, and these things, and they need to leave it up to the individual consumer and or, you know, provide them and or just understand if somebody's not wearing them, you don't understand what could be going on, why, and just leave it alone. Why is it so hard for America to conceptualize right now that if somebody doesn't have to wear a mask, they don't have to? And, you know, when do we turn so commie-minded? Like, seriously. Like, where you have to or else there's something wrong with you. No, you just don't, like, that's it. Like, if the mask is supposed to protect you, then protect you if you're worried about it.
Fair enough. Yep.
I mean, you know, we used to never think about this in any other time when people were wearing masks out and about. That would have been like a foreign thing. Now you see people wearing masks everywhere. Like, it's such a strange thing how it changed so quickly in like 2 months. Where, like, at the beginning of this, I was the oddball buying masks. Everybody's
Yeah,
like,
you were.
you know, and I was like, I'm getting these virus freaking level grade 3 surgical masks. I'm like, I don't know about this. Fuck the coronavirus. I don't trust it. And everybody thought I was crazy. And now everybody has to wear masks. You know? And now I feel like I don't even want to wear it anymore because they were such assholes about it in the beginning. Like, I was actually looked at funny in the beginning because I would wear a mask out to the store when people were careless and people weren't caring about the virus and they were just, like, acting crazy and weren't even trying to, like, have any mindfulness of anything. And I was looked at crazy then. And so I just feel jaded in a way, too. Like, no, I tried to do everything right. Everybody thought I was crazy. And so guess what? Fuck it now. Like, that's just how I feel.
Right.
Okay, I got something completely off topic.
Go ahead.
So my TV's on in the background with no sound. And there is a new Scooby-Doo movie, dude. There is a new Scooby movie.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Home release May 15th.
What? Now they're
Yeah.
everything? Dude, this is crazy.
Hmm.
I think they should have done that a long time ago anyway.
Oh, I do too.
You think we'll see more like big movie releases done at home?
Streaming, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Streaming.
Why have they not? Okay, that's one of those things that has been bugging me for years. Why do big movies not offer a paid, you have to buy a ticket to be able to see the stream? Why do they not do that?
They are now, but that's a good question.
They would have been getting my money a long time ago.
Uh-huh.
I wouldn't have been downloading illegally.
Their homes and stuff, absolutely.
You know
what the difference between that is, even if you had to pay like $50 for a license, people would have paid for it. Like old pay-per-view that you paid like $100 for to watch like wrestling or something. You would have did the same to watch.
Well, it would have had to be comparable to going to the movies. Which, I mean, now it's like, what, $10 a ticket now?
Like, come on now. You could get people to pay for it if they got it before everybody else and it was exclusive.
But I'm talking about a general release, like when they go into the theaters, do a dual release online, where it's a pay-per-view and you buy however many tickets, you buy, say you buy a $20 ticket.
30 days ahead.
But I'm just talking about in general, though. I'm just talking about like once the movie's released, no special premieres or anything like that. I'm just talking about in general. To be able to buy a movie ticket online, maybe make it $15 per ticket because you can actually watch it from home and you can sit there and watch it with other people.
You know why they don't do that? You want to hear what I think?
Because it makes sense.
Absolutely.
No, not you. Why they don't do that?
Because it would make sense to do it. That's why.
Yeah. But no, I think this is what they're thinking because only because of how they release movies and then they wait to do it on DVD. I think they're trying to double dip. So they want you to go in a theater, watch the movie, and then you're going to like it so much when it comes out on DVD, then you're going to buy it on DVD too.
By the time it comes out on DVD, there's 20,000 places to download it online.
I agree. 100%.
They lose that money.
They can't look at it like, okay, people want to go out and see it at the theaters, but people also want to see it in their own home. So they should release it at the same time so they please their customers and they'll make more money. They're going to find out when they open the theaters and if they still stream live as well, that they're going to make a hell of a lot more money than they did the way they've been doing it.
I honestly, when all this lockdown crap started, I honestly thought they were going to finally do it. And they still haven't done it. Can you imagine how much money they would have made in the last 2 months?
There's some you can, but some of them want $20. And they can
I would have paid $20.
Frozen came out early. Frozen 2 came out early like that, yeah.
I would have paid $20 to see it online.
There's some movies you can't do that now. They're just releasing them right to streaming.
Yeah.
Yep, that's true.
Yep.
It was like the straight to DVD movies back in the day, or straight to VHS, you know.
Well,
when
yeah.
Mm-hmm. God, that was a million years ago.
Yeah, it was.
I miss Blockbuster.
How about Betamax?
They wouldn't allow it to be open in coronavirus days anyways, though we would have lost it.
I was banned from going there by myself.
Why?
I loved I would get a bajillion movies and never watch them all.
Well, I would get a bunch of movies.
Go get all of the Jay and Silent Bob movies and sit down and watch them all.
Oh my God.
I fucking loved doing that. That was the fucking best part of life.
My problem is that I would go and get 5, 6 movies, and at least 4 or 5 of them would be stuff we had already watched and I forgot. So I was banned from going by myself anymore.
Yeah, I loved going there, and I would get snacks, and I was a part of their little extra club that you paid for, where you could get discounts on snacks, where you got 2 for $3 snacks. It was a good deal. You could get popcorn or some candy. It was a good deal. The best part, but like I said, that was my favorite thing to go do, is go rent all the Jay and Silent Bob movies and watch them over a weekend.
So what's breaking in California?
Yeah.
Hold on. I can't.
They only sent it to you.
Yeah, it's been special. It's a Gen X Army video. So hold on. It's only 4 minutes. So I'm gonna catch up. We'll be moving people from their homes. Oh shit! Yeah, they've been talking about this, you guys, about how if you test positive and stuff for the coronavirus, how they're just gonna snatch you up out of your home and stuff if people don't have all their own separate bathrooms and stuff.
What?
And dude, yes, dude, and they said it at the Ventura County, California Health Department, and that's what this video is about. And Gen X Army just premiered it 9 minutes ago on his channel on YouTube. And he said, make this go viral. So I'm pretty sure we could even maybe show it. And so, yeah, dude. And that's what the dude freaking said. And Del Bigtree was the first person to post about it. But Gen X Army just made a video about it. Like I said, that premiered 9 minutes ago. And they're talking about snatch people out of their freaking houses.
Are you panting, Mel?
No. No, Bella is having a spaz moment and just came up and was just looking up at me and having a spaz.
He's panting.
You okay?
What did you do?
I threw that over there and she turned around my head first into the
My dog just ran into the wall.
Like she would completely stop doing what she was doing. She doesn't want to play anymore.
Yeah, he threw a toy and she went to turn around and chase it and ran into the wall.
Did you hear that?
Hold on. Let me go and see if I can pull it up on the computer, this John X Army video. Because it's not letting me listen to it on the phone now.
I can look it up. What is it?
Yeah. John X Army is the name of the channel.
John X?
Yeah, John X Army.
There it is. JONX. Okay.
Yeah, John X.
Make this
Army.
go viral.
Yeah, that video. Play that.
Welcome to the channel. I'm John X Army. I have breaking news you need to hear. You need to share this everywhere. Shout out to Central Banker World War III. I will put his channel link in the description for bringing this to my attention. Go over there and show him love. Now, let's watch the video and then we'll talk.
We are beginning a program today which will certainly grow into something larger and larger, and that is a community contact tracing program. We've done contact tracing all along. That a contact is a person who's been exposed to someone that we document to have the COVID infection. When we find someone who has a COVID infection, those people are immediately isolated. But we also work with them to figure out who their contacts were. But the purpose of this program is to bring on people. We may bring on up to 50 or even more as the program grows and as we see the needs for it. As we do more testing, we will find more and more people who have COVID-19. And again, we'll isolate every one of them and we will find every one of their contacts and we will make sure that they stay quarantined and we'll check in with them every day. We're going to do a more complete job and we're going to do a more meticulous job of making it less and less possible for others in the county to run into someone with COVID-19 infection. It's not just our county. There are going to be thousands of people hired who will be these contact investigators throughout the state. And this is occurring in many, many other states as well, perhaps all of the states in our country. We will be giving intensive training to these people, identifying and finding contacts. Some of the people we find are going to have trouble being isolated. For instance, if they live in a home where there's only one bathroom and there are 3 or 4 other people living there and those people don't have COVID infection, we're not going to be able to keep the person in that home. Every person who we're isolating, for instance, needs to have their own bathroom. And so we'll be moving people like this into other kinds of housing that we have available.
Yeah, so you heard what they said, people. They're going to, if you have COVID and other people in your household do not, if you cannot isolate properly, they're just going to take you up out of the house. Or if it's your child that has COVID-19, they're going to try to take your child and take them to God knows where, possibly FEMA camps or something. So he's saying this is about to start all over the country. Watch the video and listen and pay attention. Have a great night, everybody. Bye.
Thank you, Central Banker, for bringing that video to my attention. Now, what do we know? We know now why they staged tanks, Humvees, military equipment all over the country in large amounts. We know why they recently moved FEMA coffins around the country again. It's because of what is about to take place. Now, they're rolling this out in California first. You know how they do it. If we don't go absolutely berserk about what they're doing in California, they're going to do it everywhere. He says in that video, it's coming to every state. If someone has been diagnosed with COVID-19, they are coming to their house, removing them from the home, putting them in quarantine. They're also going to be tracing down anyone that COVID-19 infected person has came into contact with and taking them to quarantine too. No one should ever be allowed to unlawfully enter your home, vaccinate you, quarantine you, take away your brother, your sister, your mother, your father, your child, your spouse. Don't allow it. If we don't stand up right now for California and demand that this stop, it's going to be everywhere next. He said it's coming to every state. Go back, rewind the video. The California officials said it is coming to every state. They're going to roll it out slowly and try to not make a big deal about it. People are going to be disappearing. We need to stand up right now.
John X Army signing out from the belly of the beast.
Wow.
That's kind of yucky.
A little. Oh boy.
Boom.
That's just draconian there. That's fucking Gestapo shit. I'm sorry.
It is, ain't it?
Yep.
It is, ain't it?
Yeah, well, I live alone, so I got nothing to worry about, but still that is how many houses have one or at the most two bathrooms and have at least 4 people in them?
I have a 4-person family with 1 bathroom.
See?
Yep. We have 2 bathrooms, and now we have 2 RVs, so
Yeah, this is just getting out of hand. This is
Isn't it?
so
Isn't it?
so then let me ask this. At the state capitol or whatever, in the swamp, is every congressperson gonna have their own fucking bathroom?
That's what I mean.
I mean, come on. The answer to that's
But
obviously
you hear
no.
it, you heard them say it. And so we know when they say things, they are going to do things. So we got to watch for this. And like he said, if we don't go berserk, they're not going to stop because then they're going to just think we're allowing it. Everything that we don't, push back on, they're pushing back for harder.
It's like Mel said, I did the mask thing because I don't want to wear it. I didn't do it through some loophole, and I know you were commending me for that, but I don't want to wear it. And if people don't start speaking
But
up,
that's your choice, though.
I know, but they're not making it my choice.
Right.
This is the
Right.
same
But that
thing.
should be a fundamental choice, especially when the science is there that says it's not effective.
Well, yeah.
That's just craziness. Like, the science is not even indicative of it actually even being a worthwhile alternative.
No.
So that's where I draw the line. They want to give us all N95s or something. Okay, then we can talk. But until then,
Yeah, but not
I call bullshit on the whole scheme.
not even that, because if an N95 isn't 100% sealed around your face, it's going to leak
Yeah,
and it's
fit
ineffective.
tested. Yeah, but then they would need to fit test about everybody and give everybody the right shit because that's what it really comes down to.
Right. So
And
it's
they
all,
could.
it's all bullshit. It's like wearing a condom with a hole in it. It's fucking not going to work.
Exactly, because you don't have the proper infectious disease protocol to make the proper PPE effective.
Right.
That was like that documentary I watched with the University of Nebraska that's on YouTube here that everybody should watch that I talked about a few months ago where they showed infectious disease protocol for Ebola and what they did for that. And if they say coronavirus is supposedly as infectious as it is, people needed to be suited up like they were then. That's
Yeah,
serious.
this is getting out of hand. If people don't start speaking up and saying shit, then they're just going to walk all over it.
Yeah, those killer hornets. Yes.
Oh,
Watch
the,
out, Bonnie.
the
'cause
mur-
those are in your neck of the woods.
Murder.
Not good.
hornet.
The murder hornets.
Yeah.
Yeah, not good. They're up by Bonnie's area. I hope you don't find one of those in your garden this year. Bad news.
God, what else is going to happen? We're not even into bad weather season yet.
I know. There was a 7.3 earthquake in Indonesia today.
Wasn't there one in North
that
Carolina?
happened. Huh?
Wasn't there a quake in North Carolina?
There's some little ones sometimes, yeah. There's like some 2s and there was like 3 in a week, I think.
Why don't you come on here for an hour every night, Scarlett, and do what Ron was doing so we all could be updated on that crap?
What I usually do. I was planning
you?
on doing the news a couple times a week. Just pulling the headlines and we can talk about them as a group and what people think and
yeah,
that kind of jam.
I used to have a CME application and an earthquake application on my cell phone.
You should.
I did. I did for the whole.
Colorado gets some sometimes.
It was for the whole 2012 crap because it scared the shit out of me.
Oh, 2012 had you scared, huh?
Yeah, it had me concerned.
See, I wasn't scared during 2012. I knew that was kind of going to be more the beginning, more so than the end. And so I knew it was like the portal to like all the shit.
The beginning, a new beginning.
Yeah,
Is that what it was?
The beginning, yeah, like.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Which, quite honestly,
that's
have
how
you-
I interpreted it.
Have you seen that they realized that they read the calendar wrong and that it's actually like 2020 to 2021?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, see,
That's
look,
true.
end of the world, the
Every-
beginning of the end.
And murder hornets are coming. That's it. It's game
It's like
over.
the
man.
tracker, like people said, it's like the Hunger Games level. It's like the tracker jacker.
Right. It
I
is.
feel like this. I feel more like this is like Divergent. Have people seen the Divergent movies?
Yeah, I have.
I feel like this is Divergent.
Yeah, the different class of talents you have or whatever.
Like erudite and all that. Yeah, I feel like this is Divergent.
That's a good point. I might have to watch. The acting isn't all that great in those, though.
They're kind of good movies, though. If you read the book, the books were really good, though. If you've ever read the books gave a lot more. There was a time where I read those, and then all the Maze Runner. You could also compare it to that right now. And then those whole series. So then you had the Hunger Games, and then
Right.
So I think you could compare it and then the Divergent. And so I think that's more of how I see it, because there's going to be a group of people who aren't going to go along with the status quo.
No.
Who aren't going to fit into that, those molds. And we're already seeing that.
Right.
Like, the people who are the lower class people are the ones who are really without jobs.
It's us. Yep.
A lot of the office people can telecommute, but, restaurant workers, retail workers, all the people who are basically at the bottom are the ones getting screwed. And while everybody else is like, oh, deal with it, stay home, save a life. And it's like, but we can't, though. Like.
And there's still people on Social Security who still haven't gotten their checks.
Oh, that must be nice.
Yeah. Exactly, which is ridiculous. So it's crazy. I liked Maze Runner. Maze Runner was good. It also reminds me of this time though, where like Wicked would be around. Like Wicked reminds me of like the WHO, like that's just how I feel. And like how they like make the center of the world like Denver. I can also see that. So, just saying.
Oh, don't even say that.
I can see how it could be like Maze Runner and Scorched Trials and, all that. But we're seeing just nastiness from humanity.
Yeah.
Exactly. Soon it'll be split into like fractions or districts.
Yep.
People are like, pick your district. Like, it's not funny because, like, who's the capital then? Like, seriously, like, who's the capital then?
The big cities.
Those are the people we need to watch.
The big cities, and then it'll get to bigger cities, and other ones will go away. And I don't know what their idea is. They want to drive. They want to drive us into the cities. I can figure that out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because there's smart cities initiatives with the UN. If you never looked into that, you need to look into that. Like the smart cities, initiatives
And
of the UN. Those are interesting.
And then throw in Agenda 21. That's what, Agenda 30 to 2030 now?
Yeah, but they still have Agenda 21.
Oh, do they?
And I mean, right now they've gotten a good part of it, And then as this keeps going, when do people start getting kicked out? When do these like rent recessions or mortgage recessions stop for people? We're getting a few months into this to where if people deferred in like March, April, May, June, July, like you're talking 6 months, and then those people don't get those protections anymore. What happens to them? Nobody's talking about it. You know,
People need to start buying some RVs
we're
up.
going to be in a $2-point-something billion deficit, and that's just our state.
I think people should really start thinking about buying RVs and just preparing for not having a house.
Well, you know, yeah.
Yep. It's going to be hell. Prepare for hell. Yeah, we need to get rid of the UN. Fuck them. And WHO and all these other assholes. They're all tied together.
They are all tied together. And we do need to start preparing for something else because it's starting to get real, y'all. Like, you know, I've been really surprised that people haven't went ape shit. Like, where's the Antifa fuckers? Like, where are those assholes? You know? Like, you know what I mean? Like, they were so out and trying to ruin shit. Like, where the hell are they now?
I'm right here.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Mel's running them. Where's Anonymous? I haven't seen them either for quite a long time.
Yeah,
That's actually been kind of
that's
bugging
why
me that
I
Anonymous
do
hadn't been
Scarlet
around.
Anonymous, because they just disappeared, and so somebody has to speak up for the people and shit. Like, that's why I became Scarlet Anonymous.
I like their videos. What did you say, Mel? What did you say about them? She turned her mic on.
What did I say?
I don't know.
I don't know.
They disappeared though. Then you said something.
You did, you know. Oh, yeah. See, Bonnie, you need to just go on the road and just find
Yeah,
you.
go where? Because the only place
I don't
I'm
know.
going.
Bonnie's got a little RV for her and her animals.
Oh, that was what I was saying, was that I think that everybody should invest in RVs to prepare for everything.
And go. Oh, go.
It doesn't matter. You got a roof on wheels.
Just go.
Yeah, like just go out of the cities and stay away from that culture.
Yeah.
Is I think the point she was getting at.
Exactly. Is you got a house on wheels. You don't have to have a destination. You can just go.
Just go, man. Just drive.
Yeah, just go, man. Just
Road
drive.
trip.
Just feel the earth and the world.
Bitches on wheels at 420.
Hell yeah.
You call your show?
Yeah, stop hating.
Yeah,
Keep
right.
some blood, man.
We'll be smoking that good green.
Tim. Tim has no love.
I have no love.
Yeah, you're just like hating on our dreams. Do you hear this, man?
I'm being sarcastic. I'm not being.
He's being a dream killer. He's trying to piss on our cornflakes.
No, this is his way of saying that he actually likes the idea.
Yeah, Mel knows me by now.
Yeah, I just feel like you're trying to piss on our cornflakes. That's all. Don't hate. Don't you want to come on the ride? Don't you want to go explore?
With a bunch of
Do you
women.
think?
And I don't know. I mean, they
Aren't
could-
you supposed to be going on some trip here soon?
yes, I am.
Yeah. So see, you trying to get out there, do the thing.
I have no idea where I'm going though. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Where am I going to go?
I don't know.
I don't know
Where do you want
either.
to go? Where do you want to go? Do you
I
want to go to like the beach?
Well,
Go to like, you know, the mountains deeper? Do you want to go like a high country?
The
Or
desert.
do you want to go to the plains? Do you want to go to like, you know, like forest? Like, where do you want to go?
I want to go to Mars.
You want to go to like a lake? Where do you want to go?
I don't know. And are they going to be open? That's a question too.
Well, you can go to places that don't have lockdowns. I'm thinking about going to South Dakota.
Oh,
I know
like
that's usually not like a normal destination, but everything's open
Right.
there as far as like parks and camping and
It's true.
crap and restaurants. So I was thinking about going places like that who like didn't lock down to like utilize their services.
Yeah, I think
Like,
Wyoming's pretty wide open too, but there's not a lot of people.
but Wyoming though, that's what I say every time. Cause look, man, there was like suicide birds and fog when I went through Wyoming. It was serious.
You know, one thing I would love to do with you, Tim, I would love to see you tubing down the Salt River.
Oh, I love
I
it.
think you would have a
We
freaking
have
blast.
lots of tubing here. Tubing's fun. You got like the Apple River, you got the Rum River, all types of tubing. tubing. Oh, the Cannon River, where I almost died once in my youth,
Oh, nice.
drunk as shit. But like,
I'm
it
telling
was
your
real.
kids, get your kids on here.
The kids are little. They
You're-
don't even know what that means.
Well, I'll tell them as soon as they're old enough. How old are they?
4 and 10.
Okay, so
And my son has special needs, so he has no concept.
all right. Well, in a couple years, I'll
Yeah,
tell them.
she got a while.
Your mother was drunk as fuck and almost died one time.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. I skipped work too. I was like, yeah, let's all go to tubing. And everybody was like, yeah. And so on the way down, we went to like BFE in like Minnesota, and like we all went to like some off, sale liquor store that had like 1970s paneling inside and bought a bottle. And then we got some beer and a cooler and got some sandwiches and stuff. And then we rented our tubes, and then like we didn't even get going, and I like get swept off my tube and under this current and in some like tree branch roots where my foot gets caught, and I get flipped upside down and like drowned. And I had to hold on to my tube because otherwise it was $75 if you lost your tube, and I had no more money.
Whoa.
So I had to hold on to my tube while I'm like dying, because I'd rather die than let go of this tube at this moment. And then I finally got the tube, and I freed myself after I saw the light, and then everything was fine. And then we went on for the rest of the day, and I got drunk as shit. Okay? But I almost died. But it was at the beginning. It wasn't at the end. So that was good. Like, had that happened at the end of the day, I really would have died because I was drunk as shit. I probably shouldn't have been on the tube. But hey, there were people like throwing beers to me that weren't in my party.
That's
So, like,
normal.
Yeah, of course they were.
free beer.
That's how the tubing culture is. You pass the joints from tube to tube to tube to tube to tube, and you share your beer.
Do that no more though, because of coronavirus.
Far out, man.
You can't puff pants anymore. Everybody's saying that's no longer weed etiquette.
Guess what? They make filters that you can use for personal use only.
I'm gonna
You
pass
get your own.
and like
Seriously,
creating, like
get what
packages of like clips. I guess you gotta
what
like
you
pass
do.
out roach clip.
What you can do is either use roach clips, or better yet, because roach clips you still end up with contact with the actual joint to lip. Get personal joint stones and get some for your
Yeah, that's
friends.
true.
And that way, when you pass the joint, you stick it in the stone, you take your hit, pass it on. Puff, puff,
Yeah,
pass.
I say clip and stone just because that minimizes contact. But yeah, apparently Red said that that's the new thing. She said that's the new thing. It's like culture now. I was like,
Like I said, I think, I'm going to start posting about that. For us smokers, if we want to pass it,
cool, man.
we get those little stones are a few bucks a piece, invest in them and always keep one in your wallet. And that way, if you run into somebody to smoke with, you have your own stone to stick the joint in.
because I don't think that culture should die. A lot of
No, it
people,
won't.
really good people and good times on vacations or trips, or you know what I mean. Like that culture has brought so
Be
many people
proactive
together where
and-
you could just sit and smoke with someone. Like
So be proactive and
that's
invest in a
right.
handful of them and keep them on you.
you would. But I mean, it'd just be sad if that whole culture had to die. Like that's a part of even like the '60s hippie culture, peace and love, all that. Like that would be a part of even that dying.
Yeah. Oh hell, I will not let it die. I will be one of the hippies who passes it down from generation to generation by word of mouth and song.
Pam said, "Make your own apple." You know what? That was used to be the thing back in the day. Remember that?
Oh
No,
hell yeah.
apple.
All different kinds of fruits.
Yeah, all the fruits. But yeah, you could bring your own fruits. BYO fruit.
Were you playing the bubbler in the background?
What?
Yes, because he's.
Were you playing the bubbler in the background?
Yeah, I know you caught that, didn't you? I've been
Yes, I
caught it. I was
did.
like, he would. So
You realize we've been going for over 3 hours?
I know.
Have we really? Wow.
Liking it.
Yeah.
I'm liking it a lot, man.
But it's just sad to see certain parts of our culture die, I guess. Just
Well,
watching
I mean,
popular culture and what's leaving.
there is going to still be our subculture that will not let that die. We will find a way not to let it die. Like I said, all us hardcore smokers, we need to invest ourselves in those little joint holders that you use personally. You can sterilize them in between. We can figure out mouthpieces for bongs that we take with us when we go to our friends' houses. You know, there are ways.
That's a good
and
idea.
I absolutely refuse to let our
I
culture
think
die.
that's crazy because I'm not social distancing, so I don't know. I guess come arrest me because I'm not. The other day I actually got to sit and have an adult conversation with 4 other people, and it was so nice just to sit there and talk about like normal things, and it was super nice. And I refuse to social distance. I'm over it.
You and me both.
I don't have any local friends, so
like, just saying. Like, it's real though. Like, I just don't know how people are going to continue like this, and I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't know.
It can't. We're not built that way.
No, we're meant to be together.
Yes.
We're meant to, interact and intermingle. And even just our bodies are meant to intermingle with viruses and bacteria to create our immune systems. To block that off is going to just suppress our immune systems and then make us more susceptible to viruses when we go back out into environments that aren't, our little sterile boxes that we've created. People are really taking it over the top with, disinfection and other methods. It's crazy. And I'm afraid for when the people do, like Bonnie said, Americans won't tolerate it much longer. Well, what happens when they don't? How does the riot start? How do they act? How does the rebellion continue? Because we're already seeing the beginning of the rebellion. But what does it look like as it continues, as it evolves,
It's
as it strengthens, as it takes shape?
So, Scarlett, do you have any lesbian tendencies?
Wow. That's extra.
Extra?
Yeah. That was extra.
It's a whole nother show. Well, that's what everybody said. Women have a little bit of lesbian gene in them, so
I see.
no comment.
That's a no comment.
Wow. You know what that means?
What does that mean?
That means yes. Wow. Huh. I really learned something tonight.
I don't think you learned anything at all.
Really?
No. That just means I decline to discuss it with you.
Oh, is
at
that what
this
it
time.
means? I can tell by how you're saying it, though, that it means.
I mean, you don't know to
Bless you.
what extent. Yeah, you don't know anything. You're just assuming.
I'm just going by gut instinct.
Oh, gut instinct, and that's been right a lot for you.
Only when I listen to it, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it's saying yes.
No. Okay.
My Lickalotopus detector's kind of beeping.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Don't you hear it? Beep, beep, beep. Did you hear that?
You need to get one that sounds like a tongue flapping.
How about this?
Close enough for now.
Is it? I don't know what I got on.
Yeah. Close enough, I guess.
A tongue flapping.
I don't know. I just feel like you're not really a good gauge of character or
It's because
otherwise.
you're deflecting the truth. That's okay. I get it.
Okay.
I understand.
Everybody has to have something with you, right?
What does that mean?
I'm just saying. You try to have this complex on people that
No,
I don't know if it applies to everyone.
You're not participating in the show, and you say no comment.
I'm not participating in the show. Wow.
Not to my.
Okay, so after we were just talking about everything serious,
Uh-huh.
then you shift 180, and then we're just supposed to converse about things like.
Yes.
I'm just.
Why not? That's how we got into the conversation to begin with.
I went back to the beginning. What's wrong with that? I didn't. It's not really a
I
180.
just respectfully decline.
It's full circle, is what it is.
It's full circle. Okay, so like, did we talk about your experiences? Because I didn't hear any of that.
My lesbian experiences?
Your experiences in general, just as in life.
In
Because I
life?
feel like you want to get people on, and then you want to trap them and tell them about their lives, but we don't hear much about your life in that context. So I just feel like you want people to tell their, secrets and, get my secrets and my mojo out.
Oh, well, that's not true because I share a lot on the show. So that just is as my boss to an
I'm going
employee
back
to
to
you.
the beginning of what I heard, as you just said, and I didn't hear much of you sharing much at all.
That's because I'm a good listener.
Oh,
He hasn't had any male on male experience, so
No, and I'm not. I won't. How about-
Okay.
How's that, Mel?
We'll
that's
see.
a really annoying
That's what
little
he says,
BB.
It's a watch.
But I
beep.
feel like every guy could have those tendencies.
Being a lesbian?
See, now we did actually touch on that.
Did we?
Yeah,
Yeah,
remember?
it's
with me.
stereotypical. You know what I mean? Like,
Because we had the whole conversation about appreciation versus sexual attraction thing.
right. So it's like, I don't know. I just feel like you're always reaching, man. Like, what
He
do
just
you
likes to find out what makes people
like,
tick.
I feel like, what do you want? You want like oil wrestling? Like, what level is appropriate for you?
There is no appropriate
What do you want?
anything and everything. There's no appropriate.
I
There's
mean,
no
like,
bound
you gave like a really loaded question.
to you.
Said in general, yeah, like you just came at me extra hard, like extra. That's why I said you're extra. But I don't hear you sharing much.
I share a lot on this show. You don't. You apparently don't listen to it. I've talked about me plenty, too much. I think. Yeah.
So we try to tap people on your show to talk about their own.
I don't steer anybody into anything. How did we even get on the subject of being a lesbian? With
I don't remember. I'm gonna have to go back and listen to it to find out. It was Elle who started it.
Talking about not that at all. And Tim brings it up to me. And then that's how we got here. And I pinned him because
that's because we had this big conversation earlier.
And he's now backtracking on this one. So I just want that known for the record. That is all.
I want it known for the record
I
that
just feel like, are we like truth or daring stories? Are we
No.
like comparing like in a kumbaya circle?
I don't.
No, he was just curious because it was brought up that that a few of us believe that all women and men, for that matter, have a small tendency in their base nature, and it's to have some kind of an attraction to the opposite sex, whether it's an appreciation attraction or whether it's like I want to get you in bed attraction.
He was talking for same sex, opposite or same?
Same sex.
Oh, you said opposite. So let's get back on track. Okay, now. Yeah, I mean, I guess I could see that. I mean, I don't know. It depends on like what time in your life. Like, I had a lot of friends who, when they were younger, claimed they were lesbians, but now no longer are lesbians.
So it's
I mean,
experimental.
that was a big thing.
Well, that's the thing is it's how much of it exists per person varies depending on their chemical makeup and how far they choose to explore it is in their mental makeup. So, it's all relative.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, like I said, I don't know. People, I guess to some degree it's true. People do have that nature, but I think it's a tendency to be something. I don't know if most people sustain it, like I said. I don't know too many people who, like, were quote unquote always gay. More people who came out a lot later in life, and or just never went that way. So that's just something that I have noticed too, that yeah, people might have tendencies in their younger years that then dissipate. I've thought that more often than not.
I didn't.
Oh, I did. Something fierce, man. Like
no, I said mine did not dissipate. I'm still attracted to women.
Yeah, some people don't. I mean, and that's cool too. But I think a lot of people do because, like I said, I've known so many people that's happened with, where they were like into that in high school, and you would have thought for sure, and now no.
Well, yeah.
Not. So, like, they're married, they have kids.
Well, that's the whole part of being young is you experiment with all that stuff.
They're like that anymore.
When you're young, you experiment with all that stuff. That's when you figure out what it is you do want out of life.
Right. That's why I think, like, these new labels really screw up young people with all this gender fluidity.
That whole label thing, there are too damn many
identity and I think just be you and let your freak flag fly, and you're gonna find somebody who's into what you're into. So we don't need all the bullshit. Okay,
that's good point. That's good advice.
Yeah,
right. Because old school, you could find somebody. You'd find someone that was into what you were into. Eventually, like people were freaky and would do freaky things, and you didn't need labels for it. Okay, that's it.
So in a roundabout way, you're saying yes.
If that's what you want to get out of that, absolutely, sure.
Oh,
yes,
there you go.
I'll let you infer that. Okay. If that helps you sleep at night.
Well, yeah, it answers the question because I would have lost sleep if you didn't. So.
Okay.
So
good.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. Glad I could clear that up for you.
Yeah, but I still want to know how we got into it because she said something that triggered me to say that.
I did not.
No,
Elle, back at the beginning of the show.
No, not you.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to listen to it.
Label trap people.
I'm gonna have to listen to the beginning of the show again.
He doesn't think. TLO said, "Don't think you dabble." He doesn't think you dabble. TLO said, and then TLO said, "Uber freak," and Bonnie said, "You were just waiting for the chance." So, and I agree because you would.
Waiting for the
chance. Talk about
chance.
something serious, and then all you'd be thinking about,
Oh, really?
Scarlet like chicks.
You think
I know that's how it works. That's how it works.
Oh,
you'd be like, Scarlet like chicks, and then you just want to ask, and that's how it works. Tell me that's not how your mind went.
That's not how my mind went. It just popped in like doing this whole fucking show for the past, 10 years. But here, 4 months, whatever pops into my head, I say it.
Well, that's kind of a good motto.
That's what.
So you don't come up with any material.
I don't.
Oh no, not at all.
It's all original material. Is
Yeah,
that why you call
here.
it the original?
Yeah, that's why it's
Red
called.
Pill Show?
Well, it's not why it's called the original pill show, but I mean, yeah, it's all original. It's spontaneous.
Yeah, Elle started the whole conversation about.
There's nothing on my fucking desk or my computer with any notes. There's a pen right there, but I don't. I go by the seat of my pants with this show. Mel and I we do, and whoever comes on, and it just popped into my head out of something totally different because we've been talking about all that shit for the past hour and a half, which is fine, but it then just popped into my head because there was a pause in the conversation. And I'm like,
I mean, I guess I'm not, I'm not against people who are into that.
no, I'm not either.
But-
I just it started with Mel, and I took my
I mean,
head.
it could, you never know. Like, I'm not saying it couldn't happen.
Here, Cena, we got to get some beers in her and then ask her that question. See what she-
Yeah, we need to ask her on martini night.
yeah, she's a little more laid back, and her boundaries are down.
Look at these people trying to take advantage of my consent. Listen to this.
We love you, Scarlett.
It's not consent.
Manipulation of Scarlett's consent.
It's not consent.
This is ridiculous, you guys.
It's admitting. But Mel brought it up, and I plugged my ears and took my headphones off because I don't want to hear it, because she went down the road of that where a lot of women, or most women, have a lesbian gene, and somebody said it in the chat room.
Yeah.
So if you want to blame anybody, blame Mel and blame that fucking chat room, because I didn't say
No,
anything
I'm not
about it.
blaming any listener. I will blame you.
Oh, that's
because
good,
this
that's
is your venue, okay?
And it's your
This
network.
is-
It's my show.
Yeah, but your venue. You allowed it in your space, so
Well,
it's you.
If you're gonna throw me under the bus, sweetheart, I'm dragging you with me.
Well, let's see. I feel like to some degree that could be true though, but how does that culture live on when, there's going to be, who's having, like I said, who's having the house parties, who's doing all these things for that type of culture to continue?
I don't know.
How will people even know what they want if you can't even meet up with other human beings?
Who put that in there? Did you do that, Mel? I could see him a dominant. Really? Yeah, that's me. I'm Mr. Gray, really, in real world.
That was Pam.
I know, I see that, but I didn't put that in there. Somebody keeps saying it must
Then
be
Bonnie
Mel.
said, Pam, ask him. Then Tilo said, you're cute, Pam. Don't think he dabbles. That was the whole conversation. And then Pam was like, I could see him as a dominant. And then Tilo said, true, Pam. And then Bonnie said, labels trap people. And then Pam said, because the way he handles himself. And then Tilo called himself an Uber freak.
Okay.
That's how that conversation went. So, I mean, I feel like they could be right, though. I mean, I feel like you come really aggressive in conversations. So I could see maybe you also come aggressive in the bedroom. I'm just saying.
Really?
Yeah.
Aggressive in a good way, not a bad way.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, borderline passive aggressive.
So just beyond passive to dominant, but not like a Mr. Gray, turn you upside down and whatever he does to women.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
I would have to agree.
See, I just picked that up. That's my, meter.
But can you be dominant when you're on the bottom? Because I like the bottom better than the top, actually.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Can?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dominant
I don't
isn't
think
whether
that's
you're
the
on top or
time.
bottom, it's attitude.
Yeah. I think it's more attitude than
I got
positional.
you. Okay, I got you.
Right.
So it's not the position; it's the attitude.
Yeah, it's the je ne sais quoi.
Okay.
Right.
See, I learned something else tonight. I can be taught, regardless of what you think.
Oh, right. Teal, so some people pay extra to be treated badly. I mean, you're right. That's true. That's true.
Yeah, it's called a divorce.
People too pay to be embarrassed and humiliated and lots of things.
Who cares? It's your business behind closed doors. Who really cares?
I don't think anybody cares. It's just bringing up that, different strokes for different folks, whatever floats your boat type of thing.
Right. But I think some people do care because they have a shitty sex life, and when they hear
They just wish they had that fun.
Exactly. Exactly.
Right, but I think there's different people have to understand too, like there's no right level of what you should be into though. Like there's no you know what I mean? Like they're like just because you're not into whips and chains and handcuffs doesn't mean that you're like vanilla. You know,
there's all kinds of that's the cool thing about BDSM though, is it is such a wide range of activities.
Right, but I think too many people are thinking about labels and.
Well, of course, they hear those kinds of things and they only think one direction.
Where, like I said, you can privately let your freak flag fly and find people, but I do think there's some inherent biases nowadays that people kind of stick to, unfortunately.
Always have.
It's worse now, though, and probably even worse now with COVID. You know. What about those people who are always into one-night stands? How are those people faring right now?
Sucks to be them.
I couldn't even imagine that.
Right? Like, you know those people I'm talking about, those firefly people who are always trying to bring somebody home. Like, how are those people faring? How are the local bars faring? Just like, you know what I mean? Just these people that fit into certain, like, semi-categories of society that I just think are probably... What's going on? Like, did that just reform overnight? I'm just having like a really hard time believing that behavior somehow reformed overnight.
No, it's just an idol, and all shit's gonna break loose when people finally can go out.
Yeah, it's gonna be a shit show.
Yes,
that's what I think.
People are gonna lose.
I think
their
you're right.
shit. Yes, it's gonna be all bottled up.
Yeah, it's gonna be worse than like a pride parade on acid. It's gonna be pretty bad.
Yeah.
It's gonna be lots of touching, lots of wild. It's gonna be like the new Wild West. You know what I mean? When people probably aren't even gonna care about rules or decency. It might even make it worse.
I think
It's like we saw what happened when people could go like on beaches and you know the few little places they could. They overtook advantage of it.
Yep.
And so I just feel like it could almost be worse, like than what they're originally trying to prevent.
I think you're right. I think it's going to be all hell's going to break loose in the very beginning, first week or two, and it might calm back down. Who knows what's going to happen? But I think you're right. I think it's going to all hell's going to break loose.
We should all watch. We should just kind of lay back and play it cool and, take our supplements and try to boost our own immune systems at home, eat healthier, believe in our higher power, pray up if that's what you believe, just try to stay centered, focused, and zen as much as possible during this time. I think that's a lot of what, COVID-19 has to take away from you too, is if you're not trying to be focused and centered and, try to stay in tune with your body and things that, hopefully you could stay on top of it.
I know one thing. There's going to be a lot of horny fucking people.
Yeah, buddy.
Uh-huh.
I don't even know how that works out. Like,
yeah.
They're going to have, like, they'll probably bring back, like, remember when you could have, like, those little, like, video, like, banks, I guess. Like, they're going to have to come out with something. I don't know what they're going to do. But people are going to need something. Or, like, we had a place here in Minneapolis. I know TLO's probably had been there, to Sex World. And they used to have a place called the Dollhouse. And they had these chicks behind glass that you'd put $1 in a hole. And then they would dance for you and shit. So I feel like we could just do that on a large scale.
Sounds like Amsterdam, from what I know.
It was kind of fun.
I used to know some places like that.
Really?
Yeah, the Dollhouse was cool. TLO, did you go to Sex World? I want to, because TLO's here in Minneapolis, so I feel like he would have probably went there. Everybody's went there and read the Golden Penis. It was like a carnival convoy that was like a penis you could ride.
Okay, I ride the Golden Penis. Okay, that just sounds like an awesome time to me.
Yes, it was super cool. It's like one of those, like, you know, carnival rides that go up and down, but it was a big, giant golden penis. Like,
nice.
Everybody rode it.
Okay.
All the time. Yes, TLO. All the
Yep,
time.
all
Yes.
the time.
I knew it. I knew TLO would be there.
All right, so I'm
It's like an institution.
I'm visualizing the golden penis, so I don't really want to say what I'm thinking, but how does that work?
Okay, so it's like one of those coin operated like riding,
Like a horse,
you know, like
horsey
things
thing?
for like kids, but
Yeah.
it was a golden penis, and you'd put like 50 cents in it, and you'd sit on top, and it had a saddle, and you'd fucking sit on that motherfucker and take pictures. Like, yeah, buddy, like every little 18-year-old girl like went there and took pictures on the golden penis. Like,
All right, so you wouldn't like sit on, it wasn't like pointing up and down and sitting on the head of the penis. It was like probably
no,
horizontal.
on like the back of the shaft,
Yeah, on the shaft.
like where
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
balls would kind of be like you'd ride on that part as it went up and down.
And
Like,
it's kind of curved and you'd sit on it. It's got a sail.
yeah, super fun.
Was there a set of testicles on it too? Or is it just a big golden penis?
I think it did have some balls on it too.
Really?
The golden penis. Yeah.
I'm going to have to
They knew my name. They knew my name. TLO. Oh my God. Yes. Because I mean, the dollhouse was like an institution. So like you would go there, and like the upstairs they had an elevator, and it was like a super old elevator that's super sketchy. You go upstairs, and they would have like toys and all the stuff, and then they had like the little video spank banks and this and that. And then they have the golden penis, and then you would like go to other parts, and they would have other things that you could purchase and buy and look at. And then they had the dollhouse, and then you'd go in there, and there'd be these chicks behind glass that you'd throw dollars in a little hole, and then they would like dance for you and shit. And that was Sex World, and everybody went. And it was open 24 hours a day, so you could like go and like in a town where like in the Midwest where like nothing's really open 24 hours a day until recently. That was open, and you could go with your friends, and everyone did. That's what you did. Didn't matter who you were. Like, chicks, dudes, everybody went. Like, even Mr. Tire has stories in his youth, like, oh yeah, me and my friends went there one Friday night. Like, everybody did it. It was just a thing you did around here. And so, yeah, because there's, like, entertainment for everybody. There was magazines, you could, like, rent movies, you could buy things. They sold, like, pipes. That was the place you go if you wanted to, like, buy those, like, clean out kits, if you, like, smoked, or, like, all the type of cool things. Or, like, you could find, like, anything there. Like, Sex World was it. Like, it was, like, a 2-story, like, sexopolis. Like, I don't know. It was cool. As a young kid, it was something neat to just kind of, like, explore with, like, everything that was, like, new and forbidden, and you had to show your ID at the door. And it was, like, one of the first things you got to do, like, as a right. You know, like, you smoke cigarettes, you go to the casino, you go to Sex World. That's, like, what every 18-year-old did in this area.
No, I've never heard of it.
Yeah, see? Correct. He's, like, he liked the Dial House. He knew. Like, see?
Really?
Just saying. Yeah, see? Yellow knows. He backs me up. I'm telling you. It was a Minneapolis institution. Like, it was a big deal. Everybody went. It was a cool place. I wonder if they're still open during the coronavirus. That'd be interesting. I can't see they would have shut down. They would have tried to say they were essential. I'm sure. But I don't know if they would have made it. But
Look what I found though. See that?
That I need that in my front yard. I really do. I would so put that in my front yard.
Found it, Scarlett.
yes, see? See, there it is. Yes! Go to see it. Yes!
Oh my god.
It was the coolest thing. Like, everybody has a picture on the golden penis. Like, everybody. Like, all me and my girlfriends. Yes, she was like, there it is. Yes,
Crazy.
yes. It was, like, the coolest thing. Because, I mean, you were like, yeah. You just, and you wrote it. And you felt like a superstar, like, the minute and a half it ran. Like, everybody at you, you waved,
Sharing
you
this
know,
on
because we
Facebook.
were drunk.
That's
Like,
awesome.
you know, it was a good time.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It just got shared on Facebook.
Yeah, it is wonderful. Yeah, anybody who was in Minneapolis who's been to Sex World will know that Golden Penis. Yeah. If I shared that on my page, everybody'd be like, "Go Golden Penis!" Like everybody would know it, you know.
Well, you can steal it from
Like-
mine because it's on it. So that
Yeah, I
picture-
will steal it from yours, and I'll be like, everybody, like, Rona, we could, if you, I'm gonna make a meme that if you wrote this, you're immune to coronavirus, because everybody wrote that who's in this area.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, it was great. It was like like I said, a rite of passage. You went there, and then at the end, you would ride the Golden Penis. Like that was like the highlight. It was one. It made you feel like an adult. Like, you know, that was always fun. You know, with your girlfriends, laughing about naughty things and dick straws and dick candy, and they had all that type of stuff. First place you saw lube, and you know, like just all types of inappropriateness as a new adult.
Well, I just came up with the destination thanks to Bonnie and you for my vacation. That's where I'm going to go.
Right. Exactly. There you
I
go.
have to see this thing with my own eyes.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking cool. I don't know if they're open right now. I'm sure they probably have some type of message on their website like, "Oh, it's still open during Corona."
We need pictures of Tim riding the Golden Penis.
Yeah,
I'll
I
do it.
mean,
I just love the way that sounds.
I'll do it.
yeah, I mean that would be neat.
I'll do it Facebook Live, sitting right on the fucker. I don't care. It'll be fun with me.
Exactly.
Gotta have some fun. I've never heard of that in my life.
Yeah, it's in the Warehouse District, which is like a historic area.
So, how far from Mall of America is it? Even close to that, or no?
I mean, it's not. I mean, it's pretty close. I mean, you know, it's like 15 minutes on the train. You can take the train from down there. And they're open. I don't see anything on their website that said that they had shut down at all. So I don't know. They say they're open 24 hours a day. Is all I know. Is the one place you could go. All types of crazy things. See all types of crazy people. You got like, you know, every walk of life outside. You've got, you know, crackheads and hookers, and you know, it's wild. Gotta watch out. Watch your wallet.
Hey, Mal, can you title this episode "The Golden Penis," please?
Oh, sure thing.
Yeah, appreciate that. It sounds like something that would be in Vegas.
It doesn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's in Minneapolis, and it was always just like a highlight of everybody's, you know, young adulthood and life. It was just a thing. Like, you know, you went there. Like I said, they had the nudie booth where you could go like watch a movie.
Yeah.
You know, old school little spank banks, like I said, and then they said they had the live nude models, and then yeah. So I mean, and it was like they say on their website, they were established in '93. So like yeah, everybody who went there, like our second or third date, me and Mr. Tire like went there. Like yeah, like it's the institution, man. Like. It's a big deal.
Never heard of it. It's
a pretty big deal.
It's going to be on my to-do list.
We saw like stripper booths and clothes and costumes and loops and toys, and smoke shop accessories. But the dollhouse is a really cool thing, where they have the chicks behind the glass. Like I always thought that was pretty cool.
Huh.
Yeah, and you can like put like money and like a little slot, and then they start their little dance for you.
I got to check it out.
Yeah, it's fun. Like yeah, that's one thing I can say they do have a lot here, like little strip clubs and bars and stuff like that. Now I don't know if they're still open right now. I mean, I don't know if you really touch anybody, social distancing. I don't know how that works, but I can't imagine they closed either. Like, so that's just not something people would talk about on the nightly news. But I'd be interested. Does anybody know, Mel, do you know any current exotic dancers?
Do I know any? What do you mean, do I know any current exotic dancers? I've always known exotic dancers.
Well, that's why I'm asking. Do you know if they're still at work, or like their clubs are closed, or like do we know the status of that right now?
Last I heard, they were still closed. I don't know. I haven't heard anything or noticed anything about it.
I'd be interested to know if they're open or closed. That's all.
Yeah, I'll find out.
Yeah, I want to know myself, just because, you know, that would be a lot of places that would be shut down.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll find out.
I would think so.
Yeah, fine. Yeah. But I could see you still being able to social distance, because dudes aren't allowed to touch the chicks anyway. Now, chicks are allowed to touch the chicks, but you're not allowed to.
Yeah, we were.
Right?
I used to have so much fun. I used to help my friends make so much money doing that.
Yeah, there was a little, like, crap strip club literally across the street from Sex World called Choice. And, I mean, you don't get your choice. You get whatever's there. And, so, like, you just saying, there, you know, some quality is not always quantity, you know.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's interesting. I'd like to know if they're in business or not.
Yeah, I will definitely find out.
I just feel like that's just something that, you know, because I know I had heard briefly about other sex workers having a hard time. You know, I get that. Like, escorts, I'm really sorry, escorts, but y'all picked the wrong profession to be in the middle of a pandemic. I'm
Right.
sure there's some people who can't let it go, but for others, it ain't worth the Rona. So I'm sorry for them. But exotic dancers, I could see you being able to, like, reduce seating and stay away from them, you know. Can't get close or something. Can't get by the stage. Have to stay 6 foot back from the stage or something. Send around, like, a donation plate or something, like church or something, to collect the money instead of going up to the stage and throwing it something.
That will,
something.
that would actually, it would stop the whole being able to put the money in the tea bag, and it could actually avoid some bit butts.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think there's got to be creative ways, right? You know, I think we could do, I think there's ways, but people are going to have to figure out what those look like.
Exactly. It's like everything else. All right, ladies. I think it might be time to
Yeah, I think we're done.
be last call. So I appreciate you coming on, Scarlett. Did she leave already?
No, I appreciate you. You know, World War II is happening at my house, so, you know, what's going on out there.
Oh, okay.
But, no, yeah, thanks for having me. I didn't mind. It's nice to decompress every once in a while and just talk and shoot shit, so I appreciate that.
Well, it's what the whole show's all about. I mean, we had Bonnie call in because she was all upset. Was that yesterday, Mo?
Monday.
Monday, she was all upset, but of course, I pissed her off. But then she called in and said, you know, you really pushed my buttons. And then we talked, and I said, hey, that's what this is all about, man. This is decompress is a good word. That's what this is for.
Yeah, that was actually a really great way to put it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thanks, you guys. I'm so glad I could help out.
Anytime. It's always fun. And this is damn near a 4-hour show, which is we haven't done that too many times, have we, Mom?
No, we've only done that a handful of times.
Yeah. So.
And by the way, the show name is now updated to the Golden Penis episode.
I'm complaining. Oh my God. The thing is so huge.
Dream
Who's
Girls.
complaining?
Yeah, Dream Girls. And then, like, you would go to Sneaky Pete, and then you could get into Dream Girls. Sneaky Pete was it.
It's
So,
crazy.
It's far.
Minnesota would be the last. Minneapolis would be the last place I would think you would find this shit. Like, because I've been there, and I'm like, okay, no, it's nice.
It's wild if you know, like, there's a lot. There's like probably like 40 or 50 strip clubs total, like things like King of Diamonds and like all these other places, like Deja Vu, like just all these different places. Like, yeah, there's poppin', Rick's Cabaret. You know, there's a poppin' nightlife here that you wouldn't expect. So that's why like Prince and other celebrities lived here. I mean, there's reasons for that.
Really? Man,
Yeah.
all right. I've been to Minneapolis and Duluth. That's it. But I'm gonna go back to Minneapolis now.
Yeah,
Got me
yeah, Duluth is good stuff too, but you know that's more for like scenic beauty.
Yeah, no, it was beautiful up there. It was what? We went up there Labor Day weekend. It was like 45 or 50 degrees. It was fucking freezing.
Yeah, it can be cold.
Yeah,
Shit.
yeah, it was. But
Yeah, but it's beautiful, like Lake Superior up there and the Lift Bridge and Canal Park and all that. Gorgeous. Love it.
yeah,
Go up there every year for Bentleyville.
I like that lift bridge. That was pretty cool. It's a cool place. I liked it.
Yeah, the Lift Bridge is really cool, like, and especially to watch it in wintertime. And then I always go up for Bentleyville, which is like the world's largest, like, or the USA's largest walkthrough of lights, which they'll probably do some bullshit social distancing this year, which I'll be upset if they try not to do it. But it's like a one-way maze that you walk in and you see all these different lights that you don't touch. But then they usually give people like cookies and hot chocolate and like you can roast free marshmallows and stuff, and they probably won't let you do that anymore. Cause shit. And they give you free popcorn. Everything's free. And you can like bring your kids and they can look at the lights and you can roast marshmallows together and drink hot cocoa and eat cookies and see Santa. And they give the kids hats. It's pretty neat.
Now this is Duluth.
Yeah, that's in Duluth.
Okay.
Right in, like, they built a new park recently called Bayfront Festival Park. So it's right there off of the water, kind of by that Edmund Fitzgerald big ship that's there in port. And so right by there, there's a big ass park now that they build every year for Bentleyville that you can walk around. And it's pretty neat. And they open up like a big gift shop and they have like open fires there that you can stand around, and it's pretty neat. But I don't know how you're going to do that this year with like social distancing.
Right.
Like, it's just going to ruin all the traditions. Like, kids didn't get to have Easter Bunny this year.
Right.
Nothing. They get nothing. They get all just gypped.
Yeah, they do.
And yeah, so it's like we got to come back to some type of normal because you can't keep taking away like children's traditions. How do you explain that to them?
You can't.
Be like, oh, Easter Bunny has their Rona. Like,
Right.
come on, dude. Like, but shit. Like, you know, even like Tooth Fairy with cash. How do you explain? Oh, well, they're telling us not really to get cash. You know, like, what the hell? You can't do that to kids. They don't
Yeah.
understand. So I don't think people are thinking about those impacts, but those are going to start to pop in here pretty soon. So
Yeah, right.
we'll just be watching and waiting over here for good, you know, things happening. So Grand Marais is good too. I went to Wonder Bar up in Grand Marais. That's a wonderful place to go, and they have like campers, and they have like this bell tent that I stayed in for my birthday in the middle of winter, and it was like a bajillion degrees cold, but it was good. I like Grand Marais.
Yeah, it sounds familiar.
Yeah, it's way up off the North Shore, like the border of Canada and Minnesota.
Okay.
But it's beautiful up there.
I bet.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. Still Lake Superior, so, but like the other side of Lake Superior, and then you can like almost see Canada. You can see like the tip of Minnesota on the map where it like goes way far out. It's pretty cool up there. I liked it. I stayed in it. It has a very small town. Like, remember the show Northern Exposure in the 90s? Reminds you of, like, that kind of vibe. Everybody kind of knows each other, that sort of vibe. There's definitely different parts. Like, you can get your ass shot in some parts of Minnesota, and then, like I said, you can have, like, BFE experience. So
Cool.
it just depends on what you want.
Well, it's going to be on my to-do list. I'm going to go back up there. It's been a while. I bet you it's been eight or 10 years since I've been up there.
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, it's good stuff. And the park system is pretty decent. And, you know, But they're trying to act like unless you're traveling for like work or like social distancing, you can't go. So it's crap. I'm still going to go. I guess I'm going to risk getting charged because I'm going. I can't imagine how they're going to stop me.
You're arrested.
Oh, well.
Mm-hmm. Everybody's going to be a criminal if this fucking shit keeps up.
That's what I mean. So the more of us that have civil disobedience, the better off we are. So let's stand together, create a revolution of change, and get this shit over with. Because I don't want to have to wait like 5 years to break free of this shit.
No, and that's what's going to happen. They keep tightening the screws here to see what they can get away with. And
yep. And then we're going to have to bust our asses free.
I'm just gonna
and it's
say-
going to be more work to get out of it than to just bitch about it now.
yeah, before you get into it, right? You're right.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, well, thanks for having me on. And
Thank you.
I will be on sometime again soon.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Night.
Good night, Ma.
All right. It yeah, we're gonna hit 4 hours here in about 8 minutes. So,
Yep.
And I don't know about you, but I'm beat. But
Me too.
That was something for a show that I had no idea what I'm going to talk about for an hour, let alone
Yeah.
4. It was- I really don't want to talk behind her back, and obviously I can't and I won't. But I don't want why she thinks
I
everything
like the after end of that one. Really.
is slanted.
It just keeps
or
getting
weird.
better as it goes.
Weird.
Yeah.
Things just happen in the show.
Yes, they do.
Look at all the crap we talked about in 4 hours. It's crazy.
Whole lot.
Yeah. We take care of you, Tim. Thank you. Glad somebody does. So it's all Framry here, right?
Yep.
So, all right, everybody in the chat room, say good night. That's I think we've only done a 4 hour one of these shows once before.
We had 1 4 and 1 5.
We had a 5 hour show.
Yep.
Holy shit. Okay. If you say so. I don't know. Was that the roundtable one that we had everybody on, or was it?
Might have been.
Yeah, I think it was. I think that one went. That one seems like it would have went the longest because
Yeah.
everybody involved.
Right.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening and hanging in there for 4 years. I couldn't 4 years. Oh my god.
Just felt like it.
Yeah, right. 4 hours. If you can hang in for 4 hours, I think we're doing something right. But thanks to everybody participating in the chat room and calling in. Well, it was pretty much Elle and Scarlett, right?
Yeah.
Which was entertaining enough for me. But yeah, I want to find out how we got into lesbian. I'm going to listen to it too. I want to find out. She said something that triggered me to say that. I don't know what the fuck it was.
I don't remember.
I don't either. I don't really care, but
Yeah.
when I'm blamed like I'm bringing up lesbians on purpose, it's like, no.
Well, she didn't understand the context of where
Right.
it came from.
Exactly. Yeah, I know she didn't. But now I'm curious. I'm like, how the fuck they get on lesbian? And she didn't. She just called in, and I don't think she even called in to talk about that because I jumped right on her about it. But she said something. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. It's driving me crazy. But all right, we'll say goodnight, Gracie. We'll see you Friday night, right? And then
Yeah.
Friday, and then we'll see how it goes and get some new blood in this network. Get some more people on their shows.
Yeah.
I think Elle's going to do really well.
Oh, I think she's going to do great.
Yeah, it'll be entertaining. We get Tony in, and is that who popped in? Was that
Yeah, Tony popped in a little bit ago.
Yeah, I saw that. So I can get him on here, and then Dwayne's mom, and that'd be, oh my god.
Well, good night, Gracie.
All right, good night. See you Friday night. All right?
Friday night.
Okay, get some sleep. I'm gonna get some sleep.
Yeah, you too.
Okay, right. All right, guys, that's it. Thanks for listening to the show. I was stayed off the coronavirus a lot. That's what I want to do. I'm just so sick of it. So sick of the masks. I'm so sick of people telling me what to do, what not to do. You're an asshole. You're not an asshole. I'm gonna shop here. You're not gonna fuck all that. You gotta have some fun. And that's why I want thank you, Pamela. Great show. I liked it. It was good. It went, like I said, I don't have any agenda here except just to talk and see whatever comes up And a lot of the ideas are inspired, or topics are inspired by people that call in and people that are in the chat room. So, and whatever else happens, like the golden penis, I've never fucking heard of it in my life. Really? Ever. And I'm from the Midwest. I cannot believe that. I've never heard, I've heard a lot of shit, but I've never heard ever the golden penis brought up in Minneapolis. I learned something. I learned a couple things tonight. All right, yeah, free for all Van Halen Friday. It will be Friday. Maybe I'll pull out what do you guys call that thing? Bumblebee. Maybe I'll rip the guitar out. Who knows? We'll find out. So y'all have a good night. Thanks for listening. Please share the show. If you're listening on Facebook, if you can share it from there, that'd be great. I saw somebody did that. And I think Elle did it, actually. Somebody, whoever was on Facebook, did it. And we will go from there. So have a great night. Be safe. And we'll see you on Friday. You have been listening to the original Red Pill Show. Good night.